people start talking about very real screenshots of you. Drew Pavlu is very, very into defending people as pedophiles and accusing them of child sex crimes. This is not the first time. He's done this many times. Like, this is blocked in Australia for defamation, by the way. Like, YouTube blocked this in Australia. They can't show it there without making themselves potentially legally liable. So that's a YouTube bit. If you try to look at this in Australia, you can't. So he makes a video accusing me of pedophilia. Defamatory false allegations of child sex crimes. Drew Pavlu posted this tweet talking about his desire to jerk off to murdered and raped Palestinian babies. Let me just zoom in so you can get this at as high of a resolution as possible and move myself away. So, yeah, Drew Pavlu loves to make defamatory allegations against others of child sex crimes. And let's just say that when you do that as much as he does, it makes you fair game. This is a 100% real tweet, by the way. 100% real. There's numerous other crimes that Drew Pavlu has engaged in that are honestly too much to even bring up in this video. Like, I think they might get you banned off YouTube, but you guys can use your imagination. Whatever your imagination comes up with, Drew Pavlu might have committed that crime. You never know. So now let's look at Drew Pavlu's epic new video on me, and let's see how much of what he says here is contradicted. Bad Eminata tried to sue me and I won. That's a funny framing in the first place, because like, there was never any sort of legal process that someone could have won or lost. It never got to that point. So what actually happened is I sent him a concerns notice, which is like sort of like a cease and desist. And then I decided that going forward would cost too much money, that it would be fucking ludicrous to spend that much money on suing this guy. And then I raised $80,000 for Palestine instead. As far as I'm concerned, that's a fucking win, especially given how much this guy hates Palestinians, and he certainly doesn't want to see anyone raising money for charities preventing Palestinians from being killed. Let's watch his narrative now. Let's check out.
One of the worst YouTubers tried to sue me. I completely destroyed him.
What? I completely destroyed him. Let's check that out.
Here's how it happened. Now, Bad Empanada is a particularly sick and disgusting Greek. A Greek-Australian Hamas supporter
This guy's accent is like fucking, it's like out of a fat pizza or something. It's out of a comedy. I can't take it seriously. It's like he's doing an exaggerated accent on purpose.
living in Buenos Aires. He boasts hundreds of thousands of followers, and he's recently been promoted by the single largest online political streamer, Hassan Piker. This is
Piker? Is that intentional?
The fact that he has explicitly called for the mass murder of all Israelis, as well as terrorist attacks against Jewish civilians across
Let's see the evidence.
the world. This man is responsible for a reign of terror against hundreds of people online. A campaign that has now escalated to
A
the point
reign
where
of terror.
human skulls have been sent to the address of famous YouTuber
Human skull.
Ethan Klein. Bad Empanada has encouraged this terrifying harassment campaign while boasting about calling child protection services on Ethan simply because his wife is Israeli. In my personal case,
This is just Drew probably like trying to get his subscribers up, because he's been trying to be a YouTuber for a very long time. He's trying to get his subscribers up. Like, he's desperately wants to get shouted out by Ethan Klein, basically. Like, he makes so many videos on YouTube. He's been trying to make it as a YouTuber because he doesn't have a job for a long time, and it doesn't work. Like, he's finding out that like spamming dumb shit on Twitter doesn't work to get followers on YouTube. He just, so many videos, so much effort, and it's just not working. And this video is basically his attempt to try to get Ethan to invite him on so he can get some subscribers. Didn't work for Lonerbox, it's not going to work for you.
Bad Empanada doxed my family members before posting my address and phone number to his followers. And literally,
This guy literally sent me, to be clear, he sent me my passport number. I had to get a new passport because of him. So what happened here is Argentine fascists doxed my passport number from government databases. This is not public info. You couldn't get this anywhere. Like, you can get someone's Argentine ID number. That's public information. That passport number is not public. The only way that he had to get that is that he was sent it by people who, with the new Argentine government, with Milei coming in, they got into like high up government positions, and they used that to enter government databases and dox people. And through that, they got my passport number. That's how he got that. I showed you that previously, right? So this is someone who literally got my personal details and identifying information from Argentine fascists, and then he spread them. He spread them everywhere, along with defamatory allegations of pedophilia in an attempt to try and get people to kill me. Straight up. And now he's playing the victim. This is so fucking great. I already showed you all the proof of this before we even got to this point.
encouraging them to kill me. Somehow he thought this was a good idea.
I have no comment on that at this time. But after what you did to me which, as we went over, with clear evidence, clear defamatory allegations of pedophilia with the intent to try and incite people into killing me while publicly posting my personal information as you did so, I would not weep a single tear at anything that happened to you.
Engaging a random no-win, no-fee, Better Call Saul law firm in Australia to try to sue me for defamation of character. This was a huge mistake on his part because I work for one of the best barristers in Australia, Anthony Morris KC.
How is this a mistake? Like, dude, you lose every case with this guy. Drew Pavlou has lost he hasn't won a single legal case where this guy has represented him. He's lost this one. He also lost another one where he famously tried to sue the Chinese embassy. The District Court of Australia dismissed an application for condemnation for a late appeal to the finding that consular immunity protected the diplomat from statements he had made. After protesting in a pro-Hong Kong rally at his university, Drew Pavlou blamed the Chinese consul for him supposedly being assaulted by protesters, and the case was dismissed. Drew Pavlou tried to contest him being found a public nuisance by the Brisbane City Council, and the case was dismissed. I have one of the best barristers in Australia, and yet you keep losing with him. It doesn't matter how good you think your barrister is. Who uses that term? Man, Australians are fucking weird. You lose every single case with him. If he's the best barrister in Australia, then you are like extra double bad for losing so much with him.
This person appointed silk in the entire Commonwealth in the 20th century, and he's previously represented clients ranging from Australian Prime Ministers to Oasis's Noel Gallagher. Anthony Morris
This is actually really funny.
Casey sent a letter back to his law firm.
Is his whole narrative here I know someone? He hasn't actually addressed what the defamation case was about, nothing like that. Is he going to do that?
Basically explaining that it was categorically impossible for Bad Empanada to be defamed by anybody on the planet because his reputation was already so deservedly horrible. We added a...
That's not something that you can do. Even if that were true, that's not something that you can do. This was actually found in the state of Queensland recently in a precedent-setting case. It's called Billy Mitchell versus Carl Jobst. In this case, Carl Jobst hilariously argued, or I guess Carl Jobst's lawyers argued, that Billy Mitchell cannot be defamed because his reputation is already so bad that it's impossible. Mr. Jobst said that Mr. Mitchell had a pre-existing bad reputation because he had been publicly exposed as a cheat, blah, 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 blah. Mr. Jobst asserted that he had such a bad reputation that anything that Mr. Jobst said in the video did not damage his reputation further. Judge Barlow found that Mr. Mitchell did have a reputation as a cheat. Notwithstanding these findings, his Honour held that the defamatory implications of Mr. Jobst had severely damaged Mr. Mitchell's reputation. In the state of Queensland, which is where the precedent set in multiple cases is that there's no such thing as your reputation is too bad to be defamed. If someone makes something up about you,
nice. Pull it ahead.
You can still sue for it. It's irrelevant. By the way, I never received where Drew Pavlou said something like the guy who's which is extremely
damn it, we've lost the lead. This shit ain't working. We can't keep in.
Hostile down.
Bad reputation cannot be defamed. That's an opinion. And Drew Pavlou...
We got the lead. Now
does that not fly? He wrote a letter himself that says that's evidence for it.
Now,
I showed that to you. Cecil activities on February 7th. Planning to do a fundraiser. The money that I would have.
Target appears hostile.
Going with this narrative that
Affirmative again.
if you look at the contradictions to that claim.
this is actually... And he's using...
Everything you have been
enemy UAV inbound.
a legal letter. It's just a letter. It's a stern letter. It doesn't show anything. It's a letter that you wrote.
When Casey sent this to his law firm, they dropped him as client immediately.
Hostile counter UAV established above. Hostile UAV established overhead.
BDA 1 down.
You fucking blind?
This is something that you do.
Hostile tag. Molotov out.
Bags in dead.
Like their reputation impacts their reputation. This is a normal thing to do.
Move, move, move!
Deploying Archangel.
It's not that I'm saying reputation. To be clear, in Australia's
Samson is out.
the allegations in Australia.
Enemy UAV inbound.
And it went around the country to like 10 different people.
Requesting recon above. RTXD rolling out.
So in a case like this, you don't actually need to have a big reputation.
Tango neutralized.
UAV standing by.
TACOM, get a UAV in the air.
UAV established overhead.
Bion requesting LDBR strike.
UAV FTL 50%. Check.
And
Sightings have been coming widely online.
Enemy CUAV inbound.
Thanks for the work. UAV overflight terminated.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
on my YouTube channel.
Target it down. Got a hop.
Hostile eliminated.
Have held illegal one or more crimes. E, that he's involved with the brutal guerrilla group, the Shining Path. E, that he's
That one was very funny. That one.
Driving RTXD.
Putting that in because it's
We have the edge, but don't get cocky. This shit ain't over.
F, that he's a murderer. Well said. G, that he is a terrorist. Yup. I, that
by the way, actually edited what he's showing here. Where he accused me of explicitly trying to make himself look better. Drew seems to really not want his followers to know that he made
Flashbang sight. Take your head out your ass and your finger off the switch.
Outpost detected.
justified. He doesn't open that Pandora's box.
Hostile counter UAV.
Hostile planet spring mine.
Enemy UAV inbound. Perfect execution.
Clean
the
win.
Pantheon's probably
Good
pissing
shit.
themselves right now.
Child sex crimes. Release the imputations of
today you have found
list of facts about Drew Pavlou that everyone should know. He has endorsed, spreading, whatever about me, but none of this is true, okay? This is for purposes of your screenshotting ability. We're writing it here. Spread it everywhere. Drew Pavlou is, what did he accuse me of? Let's check out the video again. Drew Pavlou is a criminal who has committed crimes warranting arrest. That's number one. Holds illegal material on his hard drive. Has committed crimes warranting deportation. Is involved with the IDF genocidal rape campaign in Gaza. 5. Is a rapist. 6. Is a murderer. 7. Is a terrorist. 8. Is a predator. 9. Is in favor of rape. We know that, don't we? What's next?
Today, you have failed to apologize.
That's the list. And I think is a pedophile who has committed child sex crimes is warranted as well. So here is a list of Drew Pavlou's heinous crimes. By his own endorsement, it's totally okay for us to spread this around after all. His reputation is already so bad that you can't defame him. This vile, disgusting tweet that Drew Pavlou factually posted. Drew's going to complain about this. He's going to complain that he's being harassed as a poor little victim. You literally endorsed doing this to me. Maybe you should have thought of that.
Domination. Capture the objective.
What I'm saying about you is factually true.
Zone Charlie locked down.
Everything that I'm saying here is true, 100%.
The lead is ours.
This is not even defamation, it's just facts. Whereas you made shit up about so, an eye for an eye.
Bravo lost.
I falsely accused someone of child sex crimes and they tried to sue me. Yes.
Publicly or otherwise. Yup, that'd be right.
You're falling behind, Crimson.
Yes, again, that would be right because they're all true. Pursuant to Section 14.
Securing Alpha.
That within 28 days of the...
He's reading this like this is not just what you're supposed to do in a letter.
Which includes... And this part's brilliant, guys. Really, we really need to
Just the normal in a definition. Send a letter like this before you
and other publications about Mr. Canada, including the offending online in relation to our plot.
Using step. Losing Bravo.
Often pay outright costs in respect of the preparation and service of this notice in the sum of 4,272 cents.
We're winning. Keep it that way. Terminated. We're losing Charlie.
that repeating something in a funny voice is like an argument. I'm noticing that.
Locked C.
Publicly accuse someone means that you can never ever sue anyone, anywhere.
Securing Zone A.
You know why? Because they can just bring up the fact that you clearly think it's okay because you did it. So I want to be clear. You are allowed to publicly accuse...
Losing B. We've given up the lead. Zone Alpha captured. We've claimed the advantage. Now hold it.
Combatant taken out.
Making a video
We lost B.
Pursuant to the act, i.e. upon the expiry of 28 days of receipt of this notice without further notice. Now, friends, it's been 60 days.
They've taken the lead.
Yet to be...
Securing Charlie.
multiple times that I was doing the fundraiser in lieu of suing. And he's acting like this is a thing that I was keeping under wraps or something. No, totally.
Charlie, objective's vulnerable.
Securing B.
We return fire.
Why might that be? Well, I had Anthony Morris KC step in to represent me pro bono for free because he agrees with my cause. First,
No, this guy, to be clear, this guy usually doesn't actually represent Drew directly. What Drew has to do, As you can see with the Chinese embassy case, I'll show you. I have evidence for it. So in the Chinese embassy case, Drew Pavlou actually had to get like a court-appointed lawyer because the guy who he interns with didn't want to put in the time to actually represent him himself. The court acknowledged Pavlou's explanation that the delay in the file, blah, 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 was due to his difficulties in locating legal representation until eventually securing services for Law Rights Pro Bono Connect scheme.
I want to just quickly note my response. Dear Sir, Madam, Mr. Pavlou is currently out of office until the 32nd of February. We will endeavour to respond at the earliest.
He's not funny. He tries desperately to be so, but...
Message, I think. I think they would have enjoyed receiving that. Now we come to Anthony Morris's letter in reply, which is one of the best letters I've ever read in my entire life.
To be clear, it's a letter. He's framing this like there was a legal case. What letter? I've never seen this, by the way. They never sent me a letter. I never received any letter from them. So you can see already the date here, 23rd February.
Bring out overdrive! Time to get our hands dirty, Black Ops. Get to work.
They sent out a final notice and everything was finished. That I had already cut where they dropped
We're taking control.
Threat clear.
we don't know because they never responded to it. This letter was so devastating
TACOM, launch a UAV.
as a client.
UAV commencing surveillance operation.
Because
We gotta move.
UAV fuel check 50%.
Spring mine spot. TACOM, request Hailstorm 10.
TACOM, flying on cue. UAV returning to tank. Weapon drop. Missile targeting to remote. Effective strike. One splash.
argue that like, oh, it was just joking or something like that.
Enemy maneuvering.
RCXD maneuvering.
This video.
Pavlou and George Ganitis. I represent Mr. Drew Pavlou in the response to that. Finally, with detailed instructions regarding the assertions contained in your report. I find it is unreasonable for all the details contained in some of the repetitive items.
Effective depth.
Defend those proceedings.
Hostile RCXD in your AO.
File a case against someone.
Light Molotov.
He writes this.
Get kinetic.
In the first place, but legal precedent shows.
Where you go?
Accusing someone of being investigated.
Miss me?
Despite the contained in your letter under the subheadings background and serious harm, Mr. Pavlou is...
Did you Google that one? Despite the Rogan
They'll take your fire.
in any way which may be given to selection criteria.
tried to claim that like establishing reputation.
Eliminate.
Oh my god, it's so weird that you do this. It's so wrong. He specifically tries to claim that none of that stuff matters. So if it doesn't matter, then why were you arguing against it in the first place? This is something that Drew Pavlou wrote.
Send the thermal.
This was something that he wrote himself as like a.
Any reputation which your client may enjoy in excess of that reputation may have suffered
Down on the fake screenshots and the fake claims.
He thoroughly cross-examined all these matters at trial.
cross-contamination. Here's what would be decided indefinitely. Subpoena. Second,
Fred.
has he been arrested? Crimes. Subpoena Discord. Was this message ever posted? No. Done. Look at publicly available. Ask the police service if there's any record of such crimes.
Crimson's on their heels. Hit them hard.
That have proven based on nothing exists. Yeah, what's with the fucking free music as well? It's so weird.
Hiding in.
Like, right? Something that you again.
UAV established overhead.
All that.
Terrorist organizations.
That one's a funny.
Good effect.
CIA's a bunch of proud bastards. They won't forget
Hey,
this.
Woods. We'll take that victory lap now.
Court, and you tell the judge, Your Honor, this guy has said. You know what the judge would say? But the child says.
5 hostiles neutralized.
Someone of child
Target removed.
hilarious. I don't know. I think he. Ethan Klein. That's actually legal better. Because if he went to court over this, none of these arguments would even remotely hold up. Like this is just a judge saying this rather than Drew Palver just writing it and trying to make it look official. Flashing random shit on the
Millions of Jews across the world.
He's called for the mass murder of millions of Jews across the world. Where does any of this say so?
Atrocities like the Uyghur expressed his open support for prescribed terrorist organizations, including Al Qaeda, Hamas, anti-Semite, who has
Flashing random tweets on the screen. You would think that he shows
mass murder
evidence.
of
Where's the evidence? What is this? Where's the mass murder? Can someone please tell me where the evidence? I have to pause on all of this.
millions of
This is me citing a poll where Palestinians polled said that they support complete expulsion of Israelis. Yeah, not surprising. Israelis genocide them. He wants to kill millions of Jews, and the evidence for this is I don't care about an insufferable hippie trust funder who just had to go to a rave outside a concentration camp. This is the evidence. This is your source. This is what I say. Like, they make claims and they don't provide any evidence for it.
across the world.
This one, I see nothing wrong with dismembering, occupying IDF colonizer soldiers. Yeah, this was a lynching of IDF occupiers. They got mobbed by civilians who they were occupying and killed. Yeah, and how is that calling for the death of millions of innocent Jews? Where's the evidence of this? None of this is like, let's go bomb Tel Aviv. And this is the Mossad building, the Mossad HQ. And this is the Israeli Ministry of Defense, both valid military targets. This is your evidence.
And irregularly
90% of Israelis support the massacre of Palestinian civilians. Yeah, it's in the poll. It says it right there.
people of the Jewish faith.
You notice how this works, right? It's a statement backed up by completely random screenshots. Half of them Drew Pavlov made himself. And when you look at them, they don't actually say anything remotely like what he's saying that they do. And
Hard point.
nothing to do
Secure the objective.
accused of in the which was
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
everything said here is true. I don't understand how like we say the concern and in response
All come out.
in which he says,
Hostiles have the hard point.
I wish I had
Animal
seen
incoming. Always check the corners.
this is the best I've ever seen.
Hard point identified.
Nonsensical shit. Bad and Banana said the Holodomor was also yeah, that's just
Hard point active. Hostiles have captured the hard point. is
How's
secure.
it feel? Felt good, right?
Hostiles have the
Keeping
hard
eyes in the
point.
sky.
UAV in the turn. We have eyes on.
Or like from impersonator accounts. Dude, screenshots, I can't even fucking click on
Hard
it.
point located.
UAV has been destroyed.
Of rape has called on his force to assassinate.
Hard point is active. Hostiles have captured the hard point. Hard point locked down.
Girl has been raped. He's raped.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Women.
Armed enemy. Hard point is active. Hostiles have captured the hard point.
This is the second time they've used this one.
Hard point locked down. Hard point identified. Hostiles have the
I
hard
see
point.
you.
Hard point active. Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Oh my god, my head is spinning. I'm laughing so hard. Jump scare. He put that in as proof that I supposedly celebrated, like, what was he saying? Like the rape of Israeli civilians or something? Should Drew Pavlov's children be pressing the janissary duty? That's your citation. That's that's a great tweet. That's a banger fucking tweet. I'm pretty sure there was a poll attached to this, and he edited out the poll because like it was 99% yes. He didn't want to show the poll. Holy shit, that's amazing. This is your evidence? Can you imagine going to court and making that claim and then you put this tweet on the screen? You're like, I rest my case. Full Ottoman rule of Drew Pavlou. Now, this is so great. Oh my God, this is taking so long, but like I had to stop here. Honestly, I laughed so hard, like I think I gave myself a headache. That's amazing. Oh my God.
And their use as a weapon of war. 8. Has regularly threatened to kill online critics of Hamas as well as
What?
other political commentators.
I remember this. This was like the fake screenshot that Aristocracy posted of me supposedly threatening her with like a Palestinian terrorist attack from the First Al-Aqsa Palestinian group, which is to be clear, from a video game and doesn't exist. This is amazing.
YouTube and Twitch. 9. Has committed or alternatively has been identified by authorities in Argentina as a person who has committed one or more crimes warranting arrest. 10. Has committed or alternatively has been identified by authorities in Argentina as a person who has committed one or more crimes warranting.
Okay, this to be clear, this is proof of what I said earlier of Drew Pavlu coordinating with right-wingers in Argentina to steal my personal information. So this is from my citizenship application. This is not public. You can't access this unless you have access to the government databases. So the question is, how did Drew Pavlu get this? From coordinating with the fucking Argentine far right, who after Milei got into power, used the fact that Milei was giving them
Team deathmatch. Destroy the enemy. We've taken the lead. Stay on task.
This is not public. That's the case. And evidence of him committing crimes, what he just said, like he said, this is a civil case of a request for citizenship. This is a civil case of a request for citizenship. This is proof of me committing crimes. Your Honor, what I said is I'm guilty of child citizenship. That's amazing.
11. Holds or has held illegal or improper material on his hard drive.
This is just that's the fake Forschmans that I said.
Online critics as a tactic to silence them.
If you defame, some shit in France. You can't accuse this fucking person. Imagine presenting this before you can't accuse someone of child
Care package LZ mark. UAV mission.
is whether the accusation of child sex crimes are true.
And has openly bragged about committing.
Has sent death threats to Mr. Pavlu.
It's illegitimate.
Has sent death threats to Mr. Pavlu. Should Drew Pavlu kill the person in Jason?
Task LDBR against my targets.
Enemy grenade. Enemy sighted.
He started saying that and the tweet stopped showing.
Knock it off.
He didn't show any evidence for the other ones. They were just random, seemingly unrelated tweets. And then when it gets to the concerns notice, which was him falsely accusing me of he just said
Green line deleted.
Which he has made.
What will be decided will be what's outlined in the concerns notice.
Go time.
Enemy springboard. Shit on later. That's what it's This is a true tweet of Drew Pavlu. So what happened? Drew Pavlu posted this, and then he took the tweet.
Flatlined him.
Something like that. In a case like this, you don't get the opportunity to literally delve into every little aspect of someone's personal life to see if the things that you made up about them are true. See if this message was ever posted. Once it's not posted, done.
Third enemy mine.
That, has he ever been arrested? Have the police been arrested? Once that stuff is done, traveling to Australia to testify at trial.
Grenade inbound.
basically scare them into not suing you by threatening to breach their privacy.
And this is the best part. Tony used this letter as a kind of Uno reverse card to advance my own counterclaim against Mr. Gonitis, as previously.
What counterclaim? For one, you can't make a claim against me in Australia, where I live, where I supposedly live. Counterclaim against someone.
Got an enemy here.
False. This is 100% true. This is a real tweet. This is a real tweet.
Enemy UAV inbound.
Disgusting tweet. Pablo.
Moving on. Big serious harm to the person's reputation. Standing as the reprising his.
Got contact. RCXD maneuver.
He never actually sent this to me. So I
Hostile spotted. Get kinetic.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
Fuck you over.
And just to really do a reverse card then, Tony used
You can't say that because you spent the first paragraph.
extreme harm to Mr. Pepper.
Hostiles reclaimed the lead.
Frag going out. An author published in various hard copy and online publications.
The lead is ours.
Queensland, and a person who's been widely international publications.
We've given up the lead.
He's an international terrorist who called in a bomb threat to the Chinese embassy in Britain.
We've claimed the advantage. Now hold it. Taking the lead.
Kill confirmed.
We're winning. Keep it up.
He's a disgusting Zionist genocide propagandist, a supporter of Israeli genocide and rape, considered to be nothing more than a public.
Feel that? They're about to break. Give them a nudge.
Spring mine spotted.
Simon has shady ties to the far right.
Falling behind, Crimson.
Acknowledge in your letter that it is
Sending flashbang.
Rest and recuperate. Tomorrow you'll be running drills until you drop.
Look, the math's not hard. We lost.
followed up with his lawyers. That's when we determined that Bad Empanada had completely capitulated.
Using stim. Stay down.
And his lawyer sent it after 14 days. Not 28 days, 14 days. Drew, you wrote this yourself, and you don't actually know what the time frame for sending a follow-up to the concerns notice is, which is 28 days.
A. Is any response to the concerns notice given on behalf of Mr. Pavlu? B. Whether Mr. Gonitis intends to and C. If not, whether you have instruction to accept service of defamation proceedings to be instituted by Mr. Pavlu against Mr. Gonitis. Yours sincerely, Anthony J.H. Morris. Now, that was the end of it. They never replied. They dropped him as a client, and we never heard from them again.
They dropped him as a client. On February 8th, they stopped working for me at my explicit instruction, and then I very publicly ran a fundraiser live stream where we raised $80,000 for UNRWA, which Israel says is Hamas, as a result of choosing to do that instead of fundraising to sue Drew Pavlu. So I wasn't dropped as a client. Before you sent this letter, I ordered the law firm to stop all activities related to my case, and then we ran a fundraiser. So this is pure fan fiction. This letter, I never received it. And it's basically someone like what Drew did here is he put a bunch of shit backed up by nothing in a letter, just listing it, and then the evidence that he showed for it does not back up the claims that he's making at all, and the claims that he's making are not at all related to the defamatory implications that we sent the concerns notice about, which was him making allegations of literal child sex.
Kill confirmed. MTC is live. Assume all contacts are hostile.
And this debunking.
Spiritual terrorist. He's guilty of total impunity
Spiritual terrorist?
because he lives in Argentina where the civil court system is broken.
Well, how is the civil court system in Argentina broken? You could sue me tomorrow if you wanted. They're just using that as an excuse for being pussies. Sue me in Argentina. It's not fucking hard. I would invite it. Do it, Drew. Why not? If I was in Argentina and I was able to you can sue me. You can sue someone if they do shit to you online that is actually against them.
Eyes on hostile septic.
Never capitulate to these terrorist tactics. Hold strong.
UAV standing by.
Marshal requesting UAV tasking.
UAV in the turn. We have eyes on.
Alright, here's his page of a doxing in which he stole personal information from
UAV flight time 50% on my mark.
Then he made,
Mark.
spread and posted defamatory screenshots accusing me of child sex crimes. As a result of that,
Located shock job.
I contacted
UAV exiting AO.
sent him a concerns notice, which is the first stage in suing someone for defamation. Then, once they quoted me, probably for to go to trial, I decided that it was. And we raised 80.
Oh, I gotcha.
Suing this fucking idiot. Then, according to him, weeks after that, he sent me a letter in which he brings up a bunch of things that are totally irrelevant to the defamation, to the actual
Blast trap.
child sex crimes. That's the only thing relevant. Even if it's true. But then
Enemy UAV inbound.
talking about. He never actually sent me this supposed letter. I never received it. By his own admission, he also never received any communication from me. He supposedly sent this letter. He's email, which, to be clear, he never even sent. He never sent to be more apt about what this actually was. And then citing the email that he himself wrote, as if it's like a judge ruled those things about me, rather than something that Drew Pavlu wrote and it's just reading off as if it's true, while showing random fake tweets opposed to some real tweets on the street. I guess I've been destroyed. This guy is like the biggest joker in the world. Like, what an incredible moron. It reminds me of like Ethan.
Septic. Front.
They make statements and don't provide evidence. Drew Pavlu. I will reiterate. Posted this tweet, this disgusting tweet. I can't believe that he would render himself open for defamation. Pedophilia against others. Anyone can now say whatever.
Guess who's back, asshole?
If you publicly accuse someone of child sex crimes, like totally unprovoked, they didn't do it to you first or anything. You should have no recourse if they start spreading the same thing about you, which in Drew's case is true. He really did.
Move, move, move.
Do that again. See what.
You could. Javier, that against poor oppressed Jewish man Ethan Klein. He also had CPS which was coded in Sabra Heights.
Semtex, front!
But Ethan Klein loved Sabra, meaning a Jew born in Israel, you get that? Also, all of this hard day. Can you imagine being someone wise? Can you imagine someone with the brain power? Ethan Klein just saying made up shit day in and day out, and you're like,
That's the kill.
YouTube creator drama shit. But am I going to talk about it? Also, I need to fill my bank account with Argentine pesos converted to American dollars, which, mind you, is currently being done at an unsustainable rate. Because Javier Milei, with selling Argentine bonds.
Eyes on hostiles.
For the purpose of artificially inflating what this means is there is later going to be a massive economic crash. Buy before the crash happens. Here right now talking about drama. So,
Hostile shooting.
he's like, Hassan, come on and debate. Like, I guess he thought that, like, he's so delusional. And Hassan caught wind of it and immediately said yes. And Ethan Klein ignored him for 2 hours and then said, no, man. And then when he found out that Hassan wanted to debate, he ran the fuck away. All of this on his second legend let Hassan Piker bought
10 from my waypoint.
of a Japanese
Never mind.
like the backwards
Setting rally point.
Hassan Piker.
All that!
They bought a swastika sword as an anti-Semitic dog.
Hostile scout pulse in your AO.
I see. The dots are connecting.
You gonna let a bunch of company assholes beat you? Fight back, damn it!
Sue Noah Samson, which he didn't actually end up doing.
Hostile spot.
Straight up fucking Hassan Piker, who was there for 2 hours asking him to debate.
All right, now let's get Hassan on the line. Yeah, right. Obviously not. Actually, okay. Challenge me now at 4 o'clock. What a loser.
Challenge me at 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock? How could you possibly challenge me at 4 o'clock? Come on. More than like an hour a day?
Lose, bro.
Enemy impact grenade. Tango nuclear.
All operators to your nearest CCP. We just got our asses handed to us.
Long hours? What do you mean by that?
Nothing.
I think
It is,
I think so. What do though? Just for the summer.
He's not going to debate Sam Seder either. Sam Cedar, however you pronounce it. He's not going to debate him. He's not. He's just going to avoid it. Obviously, he's going to try to find a way to weasel out of all of this. That's all he fucking does.
After Thursday, he said, because he's busy with family stuff. By the way, he wrote me back. He was very nice.
You should stop being nice to this guy. Don't be nice to him.
Out. I don't know if I explained that. I don't think
You just brushed off the Hassan thing and started talking about Sam Cedar, whose name, why am I pronouncing it wrong all of a sudden? Sam Cedar. He's just coming up. The entire transcript is him just coming up with excuses to avoid debating Hassan. It's fucking pathetic. Like, he comes up with nothing but insane conspiracy theories. You have to wonder, when are these morons gonna realize that they look like fucking idiots by attaching themselves to this moron? Like, the only people who pretend to believe him now are right-wingers, like the dumbest right-wingers in the world who will go along with any, like, mostly people who used to shit on Ethan as well. And Ethan used to shit on them. Asmongold and shit. Like, all the people used to hate Ethan Klein. And now they're all latching onto him just because they see that he has abhorrent right-wing politics just like them now. That's all it's about. And they're like, oh my God, that's such an anti-Semitic dog whistle. You want to talk about swastikas? Ethan Klein, for one, Ethan Klein made an entire video defending PewDiePie. When PewDiePie paid, like, poor, I think it was...
Domination. Secure the objective.
Objective capture
Secure an
underway.
alpha.
And then he put that in the video as if it was...
Lock down A.
Objective control.
Lead guard.
Crusader against anti-Semitism, who sees anti-Semitism, secret...
Secure it, B.
Every single fucking thing. Ethan Klein.
But went on fire. And as a joke, he asked people
B locked down.
that says death to all Jews, comma, everyone's forgetting the second part, death to all Jews, subscribe to Keemstar. About Keemstar.
Losing Bravo.
Making it sound like he's anti-Semitic.
That's the joke? Where's the joke? There's no joke.
Bravo lost.
What's the joke? This is what I mean about these people. Like, Ethan Klein's sense of humor is, that's something that you're not supposed to say.
Okay, that's
Explain
the
it.
Taking the objective. Watch my six. Gun in,
Falling
man.
behind. Secured. We've taken control.
It's an interesting comment.
No, it's not. Dude, if someone you didn't like did this, you'll be fucking...
Secure C. Losing A.
The joke is anti-Semitism. The joke is just anti-Semitism. And you were okay with it because it was...
Secure it, Charlie.
You don't care.
Going on.
The relationship to these claims of anti-Semitism is the same relationship that, like, a slave owner had to claims of anti-white racism in 1840. That is what this
Enemy
is.
RCXD
Anyone
detected.
brings up anti-Semitism as he does in the context of Israel,
Take it, C.
Palestine, which is a Jewish supremacist state. It's literally the exact same as a white slave owner bringing up anti-Semitism among slaves. You must have fucking possibly privileged white man.
Lock it down,
Capturing the
Charlie.
objective at 10.
People are doing anti-Semitism against Sabra hummus dog whistles and anime sword dog whistles, like all of these secret things that are just in the background. And then you see someone literally who called for the death of all and you defended them. What do you think? Maybe the issue here is that Ethan Klein actually just doesn't like swastikas. Maybe it's
Spotted an enemy.
What if there was a video that drawing
Doing the objective.
Take it, C.
on a Sweden, you know, just more like overt, like iron. This is Ethan Klein just
Losing B.
Hostile stun.
Losing Bravo. Lost B.
Enemies destroyed your trophy system.
That's a swastika, isn't it? Ethan Klein. And then doesn't seem to have much of an issue of the actual real swastika that
Mover!
just drew on a man who called for the death of all Jews, does he?
We're losing Alpha.
Trust her, Felix. She won't. Okay.
She's smiling. Let's do a second analysis.
Capturing the objective at 10.
Securing Charlie.
Random thing that he saw
Zone A
in the corner of
secure.
his eye. Not anti. PewDiePie happily swastika shirt. Healer Klein.
Target ID.
Losing A.
Ethan Klein drew. It's not anti-Semitic or Nazi or anything like that. Ethan Klein constantly twice a week. That's also not anti-Semitic nor
Contact. Initiating objective control.
Take it, Alpha.
in the background, okay?
Come on, you're losing this fight.
Taking the objective. Watch my six.
Alpha secure.
Get connected.
Immense privilege. Arguments because he feels compelled to defend the genocide.
Concussion grenade.
I'm Jewish. Everything is anti-Semitism. Is being orchestrated by me. Downfall is already in motion.
Mine neutralized. Beginning
Rocket down,
capture.
Bravo.
Hostile sensei. Run.
We're losing Alpha.
Sometimes, guys, you have to
disagree with people who are generally on your side, you know.
Enemy resupply disrupted.
I found a very disturbing clip. Go ahead.
I believe the biggest streamer on the left, Hassan Parker.
Enemy put down!
What's the word? Radical. And gets people just really worked up. Honestly, between them, Hassan Parker, he literally
If you didn't see that in your just listening,
Rocket down, sure.
Not this time.
you can't see them.
Tackle LWR.
I'm stuck.
Zone Charlie locked down.
I believe is a criminal.
They're taking C. Lost C. Losing A. Taking Bravo underway.
Taking the
Rocket down,
objective.
Bravo.
Watch my six.
Hostile RCXD in your AO. Taking A. Bravo zone secure. Securing C. Losing B. Zone Alpha captured.
Your trophy system was eliminated.
Bravo lost.
So anyway, you're wrong.
Capturing the objective as tasked.
Locking down all zones.
These people, these guys in El Salvador, they're intentionally trying to
Bravo is on.
the point. So their intention.
today. I'm very excited about physics today.
Great, but at least we
That's the kill.
creators. That's right, the guy's name is Hassan Parker. That's right, today we're looking at Hassan Parker.
Objective
Rocket down,
capture
Charlie.
underway. Miss me? TACOM, launch a UAV.
Sentry turret operating.
Hey, shut up, man.
Hey, bro, shut up, dude.
Hey, leave that guy who buys his clothes from Party City alone, man. What's
UAV MCL, getting yourself. Check.
Marshal requesting LWR strikes.
buying things off the Temu fashion section? What's going on, man? Okay, this is kind of
TACOM, we're flying on cue. UAV returning to back.
toilet. And I don't know what area man means. This guy who's kind of dominating the news headlines, you know, the mainstream news headlines a lot lately. Kilmar Garcia. What is it?
Send an incendiary. Concussion grenade.
Putting it lightly, to some kind of horror prison in El Salvador, again, for no reason. And he's getting tough, AKA. For some reason, I guess because is kind of fascinating in how stupid it is.
Many
Who's
of the
Bravo?
organizations that are represented in this room have false narratives, such as the Very Fine People hoax, the Covington smear, and now
Who's in B?
the Maryland man hoax.
We lost B.
The what?
We're losing
Being called the
Hassan Parker.
Okay, this is kind of fascinating. Oh, wow.
But there's this thing I recently learned about called what did this moron say? What did this
Pendejo.
say? Oh, it's I don't know if all like conservative-y media has been repeating this, but there's something they're calling the Maryland Man hoax. And the Maryland Man hoax is that this guy who was born in El Salvador and came to the United States when he was 15, and now he's like 30 or something, who they, illegally deported to El Salvador. The Maryland Man hoax is that in some headlines they put Maryland Man. Something happened with Maryland Man because he was living there.
Okay, this is a fascinating brain of Hassan Parkour here.
Because I guess what he's saying is if there's a news headline that uses the kind of, news grammar or whatever of blank man or blank woman, like area man or woman, it should be where you were born, not where you live currently. No matter how long you've lived there. You could live somewhere for 10 years, you're still the person of what location you were born at. So for example, if you were born in Toronto, Canada, and at 5 years old, your parents moved you to Dallas, Texas, and you win a pancake eating contest in Dallas, it should say, Toronto man wins crap. A Toronto man by the name of
Hassan Parker
won a thing today, so that's a hoax. But I get it. I think I get what they want it to be. They want it to say, man who is the type of guy who is the source of all my problems, including my grandchildren not calling me, and in my case, Hassan Parker, my music sounds like absolute shit. And I'm an adult man who can't dress himself. And that's this guy's fault. Because he looks different. He was born on a different part of this stupid rock, so he's the source of all that's gone wrong for me. Man, that's what, it's longer, but it's way more of what I want to have, what I want to hear. But I like this, there's a funny twist in here. You get what's making the wheel spin over at Timcast when you see something like this. Check this out.
If I went to California and there was an article written and something happened and they were like, California man, something. Yeah, that's the meme. You can move to Florida. You're a Florida man. No. Dave.
No.
So anyway, that's
you're wrong.
State of mind is they.
No, it's not.
You can write it up as such if
you're lying to people.
Well, this guy's an El Salvadorian, and they're intentionally trying to spin it like he's an American Maryland dude.
That's the point.
So
they're intentionally lying.
That's the point, man. Yeah, something happened there. So there's some kind of turn happened there. So
why are these dudes so mad at people from other countries? Just from another country, fuck! Relax, bro. Americans aren't the best. Sorry. No one's the best. People are people. Shut the fuck up.
Florida doesn't necessarily mean you were born there. It means you live there. And they're like, no, that's a lie, man. That's lying and that's a hoax. Like 2/3 of the people who live in Florida were not born there. So when it says Florida man, there's a lot of hoaxes probably in the news related to Florida. And then you can see this guy, what's the guy's name? Moondog, who's wearing an outfit that looks highly flammable. It seems like he starts to get it or something. He's like, oh, right, we do this by saying that immigrants are bad. Sorry. And he's like, oh, they're doing a bad thing. They're doing a bad thing, and you know whose fault this is?
Hassan Parker.
They're pushing a hoax, and Hassan Piker, did you notice? Hassan did not know the guy was from El Salvador.
Hassan Parker.
One of the most prominent leftist streamers,
right,
speaking to millions of people, and in his mind, he saw CNN, he saw ABC, he saw these outlets, and he was like, this guy's from Maryland. I can't believe Trump would deport him. I would be as mad at Trump as he was if I thought Trump took a guy from Maryland.
And this isn't very convincing. I'm going to be honest.
On Piker, did you notice Hassan did not know the guy was from El Salvador?
Are we sure about that?
One of the most prominent leftist streamers.
Hassan Parker.
Speaking to millions of people, and in his mind, He saw CNN, he saw ABC, he saw these outlets, and he was like, "This guy's from Maryland. I can't believe Trump would deport him." I would be as mad at Trump as he was if I thought Trump took a guy from Maryland and sent him to a foreign country. That's not what happened.
It should have said El Salvadorian man residing in Maryland. It should have said that.
That's what the New York Times said today, and I said, "Thank you." Despite the fact.
Okay, so yeah, this all adds up, and hopefully this guy definitely believes this. There's this guy who streams on Twitch all day long. This guy, Hassan Parker.
Hassan Parker?
Hassan Parker got super confused because the headline said Area Man, and the way that it said Area Man is Maryland man. Yeah, so this guy who was deported, his family sued, and then the courts were like, "Oh no, you can't do that. You can't just deport a guy for no reason to they're gonna throw his ass in a supermax prison." You know, the courts, as stupid as they are, decided, no, you can't do that. And then the Trump people were like, we don't care what the courts say, I guess. Hassan Parker is gonna see that the guy wasn't born here. He just lived here for 10 years or whatever. 15 years, whatever it is. And he's gonna say, "Oh, yeah, I'm dumb."
A dramatic change in the economy we've not seen in the past 100 years. As the famous Simpson clip goes, we actually used it as a bumper gag a little while ago.
Okay.
Abe Simpson, when Barney, what is it? It's Barney and Homer, and they're singing in the mirror. And then Abe's like, "What are you two doing?" And they're like, "We're rocking out. You wouldn't get it, Dad. You're not with it." And then he's like, "I used to be with it, but then they changed what it was. And now what it is weird and scary to me. And it'll happen to you." Not anymore. I thoroughly predict it will not. And I'll tell you why.
What exactly are you predicting here? Okay, this is a really fascinating video right here. I want to send this video to
Hassan Parker.
What is this video called? Please go watch this. Anyone, please go watch this video. What the hell is this stupid thing called? Katy Perry and Beyonce tours flopped bad. Cringe concerts show corporate media's done for. I started watching this video and it's like, Katy Perry's tour is not doing so great. I honestly don't know if this is true, if Beyonce's having trouble selling live tickets. But Katy Perry kind of is because she's gotten herself into a bunch of cringe moments or something. Like with the spaceship and all this crap.
How many boomers we got? 40 million, I'd estimate.
Okay.
73. Holy crap.
Whoa.
Hassan Parker.
I mean, the boomer generation was a big boom.
Oh, that amazing
this is gonna be a
insight.
major population collapse.
That's why they're called boomers. It was a population boom.
Okay. Let me simplify.
Post World War II. Thank you.
Overdrive. Teach those pathetic crimson bastards a lesson.
I think he was going like this. This guy's video.
Yo, check this out. Confirm.
This video. I think the guy's saying stuff.
Decentralized.
Threat clear.
Katy Perry is struggling to sell tickets.
Whoa, because the ticket situation is fucked. Can we talk about that?
Yeah. Sabrina Carpenter is selling out.
Temtex, front.
Because they cost thousands of dollars for tickets because of how screwed up the ticket sale situation. 94, my first concert, Metallica, Danzig, Suicidal Tendencies. Eat a dude if you don't like that.
I gotta move on.
Sounds like a child. She's a white black country singer. Might have something to do with that. Tell us how racist we are. Okay.
But I'm gonna tell you, my friends, the dramatic change in how.
Damn it, we've lost the lead. Nice, we're pulling ahead. Crimson sent a sleeper. Trust no one. That's all I need eyes overhead. Come on, you're losing this fight.
People aren't believing it.
We got the lead. Now hold it.
I can't say anymore. So you got
Lead guard.
Sabrina Carpenter, I've never heard a second of her music, but I am such a huge fan.
And they picked up this and the signal shot up into the just a hat, like a little hat. Movement. And then Tim Pool showed up. People came. All the people that Charlie couldn't attract to a second in the open. Incoming stun. So already it's kind of a rocky stuff. Clean shot. Like I'm the
Katy Perry was the one that kissed the girl, right?
72 points.
Getting UAV on grid.
Gen Z. How many
Hostile LDPR drop detected.
He has no idea what these numbers mean.
Finish line's in sight. Don't let up. Enemy RCXD detected.
for our big events?
All mission objectives met. Way to make me proud.
Textbook execution, people. That's how Black Ops does it.
72.7 million. There's more. We'll make more money. They got more.
Hostile field upgrade.
Because that's the last generation people had children.
Okay.
That's wild. I wonder what Gen X is.
That is wild. Okay, so I'm confused. I'm almost as confused as
Parker
on this one because it's like, all right, everything's decentralized now. Celebrity is decentralized. Attention is more decentralized because of the internet. You get the truth through you know. But then we switched to like a birth rate thing, like seemingly out of nowhere. And now he's like, oh no, it's also about there's no kids anymore. So there'll be no content for Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Wait, I thought they were going to get it on the internet. But anyway, forget that. They're just going to have to do stuff and play songs from the 90s and make stuff 90s related. I mean, this is from ample time to see this ago. 5 reasons a Minecraft movie became a record-breaking box office success. When did Minecraft come out? The 90s, right? Oh no, in 2009. It's obliterated. Whoa. It's expectations by opening 263 million and 303 million globally.
Can't wait for Minecraft movie 2.
I don't know what the hell's going on with that.
But this is going to be a major population collapse. That's why the Democrats are panicking and doing this mass influx of people.
Totally,
Let me simplify and break it down once again. If I'm trying to sell rubber mallets and I got to make a commercial, which song am I going to put in it? Sabrina,
You scum rat.
Carpenter? Hey, now, no beef. Espresso's a fun bop, right? But how many people know the song Espresso? Do you? Now, here's the thing. If you are Gen Z, you still grew up with people playing Guns N' Roses and Stone Temple Pilots and these songs. People have been talking about Creed having a resurgence. Yeah, because millennials buy stuff, and millennials like music from the 90s. Gen Z doesn't have the market share.
They like Creed, you think? Okay, yeah, so fascinating stuff. This seems to have little to no connection to the first part of this video, where it's like, man, the internet is decentralizing everything. There's less, there's not going to be just a few mega celebrities. There'll be a bunch. So then we end up in like a declining birth rate panic.
A lot of journalists will just repeat things that they see. That's not real research. That's not research.
But understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I could just pick up a journal and start journaling, and then all of a sudden I'm a journalist. Come on. But you got to do research.
Journalist, literally in the name, represents those who are writing things down, storing facts, and keeping journals, logs of what is going on.
Yeah. That's very hard to... Sorry, but... Okay, besides the fact that it seems like this guy got hit in the head before he records every episode, something wrong with this guy. Something wrong with this guy's mouth. That mouth sounding like... I don't know if I could listen to this anymore, honestly. I'd rather listen to
Hassan Parker
than that mouth going like this.
What's going on?
Yeah.
That's not what journalists do anymore.
Well, it'll be like, I saw it on TV, and then they'll write it down, and then they'll say it as if it's real without actually researching where the TV heard it. You got to go deep if you want to.
Okay, praise God for that right there, and
God bless you.
God bless you, and
show me the proof, dumbass.
Hassan Parker.
Because like this guy, what the hell is the dumb guy's name? Tim. Like this doofus Tim was saying, there's not even real journalism anymore. These mainstream media
perverts.
They're not even doing real journalism anymore, bro. Here we go. Check out this. This is some pretty good journalism. Check this out.
Let's give a shout out to our sponsor, Aura.
I won't.
It's been a month since Elon and Doge have been going through the federal government, cutting unnecessary waste and spending. And it's making all the right people go insane. Okay. Every single thing he does is a major news cycle, and the media can't stop complaining. That in 2023, disgruntled Tesla
Team deathmatch. Neutralize all threats.
Against Elon. Now just think about what disgruntled legacy federal employees can do. Those workers have access to all kinds of
Engaging hostile.
Online comedian. He's my favorite micro celebrity because there's no main ones anymore. As he said, get the truth now, which you couldn't, but now you totally can.
Hassan Parker.
Love you guys. Hope you're doing great.
You scum rat.
It's Monday. That's not great, but you gotta do with it what you will. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
Hi there, my name is Hassan Parker. Here to tell you to subscribe on Patreon, please. You're missing episodes every single week. That's disgusting. Please do not do that. That's criminal. All you have to do to subscribe is click the link in the how do you set a description, and you get every episode every week. All the episodes just click the link in the description. You can subscribe on Patreon for as little as $2 per month. $2 per month. Again, my name's Hassan Parker.
Tango down.
Hostile stun.
who she is.
No.
We played her before
MAGA
she was
Trumpers.
She was the one who said, like, Trump is to the left.
Yes.
And let's be clear. I mean, there's a couple of things to be learned from this whole question.
Come inbound!
Winding its way through the house and
Got eyes on a hostile! Concussion!
and sort of
Target confirmed!
fucking fire! They're coming up with all different ways because to extend tax cuts to the wealthy than they were. To expand on that much more in terms of tax cuts. And there are some who lead you to believe that Donald Trump is leading a now, it takes for him to get elected. He doesn't care. Himself definitely
Hostile threat down! Hostile in my sight!
Wednesday, as somebody is Jeff Stein at the Washington Post got it. I don't imagine
Done.
Stein wrote, Donald Trump's inner circle is weighing whether or not to shift back raising taxes on Americans earning more than $1 million per year as part of the Republican 2025 tax legislation. This is according to 2 administration officials and 3 other people briefed on the matter. It has gotten largely a chilly reception among Republicans on Capitol Hill.
No. What?
I know that's shocking.
What happened to MAGA populism?
I know that's shocking.
RIP MAGA populism, January 2025 to April 2025.
Now, J.D. Vance
Gone too
and
soon.
Budget Director Russell Vogt have expressed openness to the idea, and internal administration deliberations and are viewed as supportive, said the people who spoke on the condition of anonymity to describe the private talks. And I will tell you right now, it's their aides who are who are giving the because they want this out there, right? Like it is helpful for them in the same way that it was helpful for other people to say Donald Trump's actually a populist. There is no populist movement on the right.
It's anti-war too.
There is no populist movement on the right. They may throw it around. They may suggest it, but they're never going to do that because you don't vote for a president. You vote for for its constituency too, which is why, Mike Johnson took about 30 seconds to kill this. Stephen Bannon, who served as Trump's chief strategist has been publicly urging Trump to endorse the plan as part of a way of defanging Democratic attacks on the GOP as party of the rich. Now, someone should get Elise Slotnick on the phone and did I say her name?
Alyssa Slotkin.
Okay. Somebody should get
You got
both
the
of
last
them.
name right this time, though.
Somebody should get everybody on the phone and tell them, people understand oligarchy. Here is Bannon on Wednesday trying to push this. And he's, of course, shut out of the inner sanctum.
So the day of reckoning's here, folks. The simple math is, unless you raise the taxes at the upper bracket, The math doesn't work. The math ain't that great with doing that. But that's kind of a starter. And so anybody wants to show me, come back with some math, and what they're going to say is that, like what Elon said was going to be a 5% growth rate. Well, Elon said a lot of stuff that none of it's turned out to be accurate. Like, where's my 2 trillion cuts? Where's my 1 trillion cuts? Where's my 150 billion cuts? Just show me any cut. That's not programmatic, because the programmatic were being done by other people. Show me waste, fraud, and abuse. You've been over the Pentagon for 2 months, bro. That's a viper's nest of, wait for it, hang on, waste, fraud, and abuse. I got nothing. And you're going to have to cut the defense budget. All these fantasies. People run around and get fantasies. They're fantasizing now. The global bond market gets a vote here. Don't forget the equity market, right? That's just lowering the cost of making
all right. We don't need to, but just, it's sort of fascinating what he's saying here. First off, he's saying exactly what we were saying the other day about Elon Musk's fake savings that have just like shrunk, not too dissimilar from Tesla profits in the same way. And Bannon's saying is trying to pitch to the Freedom Caucus people, like, you got to raise taxes on millionaires if you want to deal with this deficit and debt. From my perspective, you raise this money because you want to decrease wealth inequality. There's another reason. It has to do with the power dynamics within society. But nevertheless, Bannon's out there pitching it. But he knows ultimately that it's not going to work in this Republican Party, and there is no other Republican Party, folks.
Because Bannon does, like, he's a smarter guy on the right, and obviously he's a white nationalist and has deeply problematic ideas, but he understands that in like fascist movements and far-right movements throughout history, like, the Nazis also like offered social programs and employment to people.
There's a reason they called themselves the National Socialists, because capitalism was discredited.
Exactly. And so like to have success and to build like a far right, and that's their definition of success, like a fascist takeover, you have to at least have that kind of fig leaf and offer that for people. But the Republican Party is completely captured by billionaires in industry, so it's not capable of delivering on that front.
Absolutely not. And even in that piece from Jeff Stein, outside Trump advisors Newt Gingrich, Steve Moore, Larry Kudlow have come out strongly against it, arguing the plan undermines the president's promise to cut taxes and will discourage economic growth. Now, of course, the whole Laffer curve stuff, I mean, as Bannon said in there, Musk, of course, also doesn't want taxes to raise. We're going to have 5% growth, my ass. And in addition, Sean Hannity, House Speaker Mike Johnson, Republican Senators Dave McCormick from Pennsylvania, swing state, Ted Cruz from Texas. Yeah. I mean, the list of every sort of poll in the tent of every tent poll of the tent of the Republican Party, which incidentally we should say ranges from like fascist rich guy to fascist rich guy who has a slightly different idea of what the party should be. I mean, this is not exactly a mix of. It's not exactly a heterogeneous party. The Republican Party is not going to raise taxes on wealthy people, ever. They do not want to disempower wealthy people at all. Here's Gingrich now going around. Like, Gingrich, why are we hearing from him? Because he is the heart of the Republican Party. And lest you believe, here's Gingrich today, right? Gingrich believes Trump has taken the tax off of the wealthy off the table. He is part of the mechanism that runs the Republican Party. And understand, Gingrich is doing this, but if you go back, just to show you like how much of a dupe you have to be to believe that the Republican Party is a populist party. I don't care who the president is. This is how much of a dupe you have to be. There's Gingrich sinking the tax on the wealthy. And by him coming out, and understand, he is the one who started the Gingrich Revolution. He is the one who oversaw the takeover of Congress for the first time in about 30 years from the Democrats with the Republicans. He is the one who essentially created this movement, conservatism, whether it's the Freedom Caucus or and everything, the Tea Party. These are all essentially grandchildren and children of Newt Gingrich. And this guy was out, one of the point people, to sink the idea that they would raise any taxes on a millionaire.
Newt worked with Grover Norquist from the Contract with America.
Yes, and Grover Norquist was the original Tea Party. Grover Norquist was the one who would go in and say, we're going to primary you, we don't care if you don't take a pledge not to raise taxes. This is the bedrock of republicanism. But it was a short 12 and a half years ago, 13 years ago, where Newt Gingrich was attacking Mitt Romney as a vulture capitalist for Bain. People forget this, but Newt Gingrich, more than anybody, loosened up the ground and forced Barack Obama, in many respects, to run against Mitt Romney as a vulture capitalist. Obama's 2012 election was sort of like a coincidental, almost like a de facto populist run, because Mitt Romney was exposed as being like a country club Republican.
It was the 47% thing, and he was forcing. Obama was very good at campaigning as somebody as more economic populist. Although when he got into power, that's not exactly how he was governing. Nope. But that was effective against Mitt Romney.
Hey, Jello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Shh, I'm hearing you. Can you hear me?
All right. Yep.
Howdy doody, Jello to you.
Howdy. How's it going?
I'm doing doing good. Let's what do we got going on here, man? What's the good word? What do we what happened last game? Did we die?
Yeah, what happened last game? Good question. I that sucked, man. It was good that we exfilled, but I picked up this $100,000 thing right before that, and I don't know if it's because technically we were dying or dead, even though it said we successfully exfilled.
Yeah, it was a weird
we were
thing.
on the way to, so I don't know if, because of that, those fuckers, if I would have just got away clean, maybe I'd have an extra $100 grand in my fucking account.
Did you learn anything else about that item? That's something pretty rare.
I read briefly. Yeah, I think they said in that Reddit thing, some guy was talking about how at one point around Halloween, probably 2 years ago, they put some of these extra special treat things around in the maps, and then they said they might have people thought they discontinued it or whatever, but then people were still finding them, like I did. But I didn't see mention of whether or not maybe that was the glitch. They didn't, they took away the money, but they still left the item.
Is the item still in your inventory?
Oh.
I'm sorry? Shit! You left the party. I don't know what's going on here. Precious COD time. There you go. Hey! No!
Sorry about that.
Oh, no. You know what's going on?
No, you asked me if you asked me if my guy still had that item, and I went looking for it and accidentally backed the fuck out of the game.
Oh, that's okay.
Or whatever I did. No, the answer is no. It's gone. It's not there.
I mean, this game's broken, bro. Like, yeah. I don't know if progress is truly possible in this game at this point. If you want to keep playing, I am fine with that, but I don't think that there is an endpoint for this. Like, there is no, like, we can...
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
I know. I mean, this game is so impossibly hard, I don't ever expect to, like, quote, finish it or even come close to it, but it's fun to play, and I think it kind of keeps us in shape for when they do bring out, hopefully, a better version of it. I mean, I enjoy it. I don't know if you're not enjoying it, then
I mean, I do.
Dump it, for sure.
I mean, it is fun, but I just wish, but I like working towards something. That keeps me interested.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean? Like,
sure.
And like I feel the urge to play Warzone because there's a whole other grind to that. There's a whole other camo grind. There's like challenges, you know, and like then there's like the card, like calling card. Like it's the same kind of grind you get in Black Ops 6. There's like no grind here. You know what I mean? It's like we can play, but it's like we do this. I've got all three of the MCR 300. I've got that seems to be done.
Yeah, that's done. So I would replace it with another Shadow Company one. I don't know. I just put in the one called The Old Place, which has you kill enemies in Building 21. You have to have a key for that building.
Okay,
yeah,
I just put that in.
Place. Yeah, I don't have that key.
Extract. Wait, which key is it? The
Building 21.
I have Building 21 keys.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, let me see what I got.
Okay.
I've got a blue access card for Building 21, and I got a Kochi Complex card and a red access card, which is also for Building 21.
Oh, nice. This mission may be worth us like reading into it a little bit, because I glanced to see where Building 21 was just before we got on, and the guys were like saying, you know, it's not as easy to get in as it looks or something. So I'm like, okay, maybe let's not just jump into that right away, but it's up to you. So I mean, we are making progress. We want to kill the pyro. We need those keys to get into one of the spots, and we're just not coming up with them yet. But yeah, we completed that sniper thing yesterday. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's cool that we were able to actually finish a mission without it getting all glitched out. I have a Police Academy server admin key.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you wanted to do that. I would take a guy in with armor though. Don't go in with nothing. If we do that,
don't go in with. I mean, I don't have much. My most juiced guy right now is Fender. He's got the normal big backpack. But he's also got a 2-plate vest and a self-revive. So he's the most juiced guy I've got at the moment. Dr. Teeth.
Okay. Dr. Teeth. Cool. All right. Well, bring him in if you want to do it. I'm willing. If we're not anywhere near that police station, it might be a good idea to kind of keep it easy in exfil pretty soon. That way you don't lose the key.
Sure.
Because keys are hard to fucking get in this game.
Yeah, I mean, lately it seems like it. All right. G4 is the map coordinates. The server admin key. That might be a key for something inside the academy. I don't know if that's going to get us inside from the out. But we can take a look see.
We can, if nothing else, I know that from going in solo one time, I was really close to the police station, and I parachuted onto balconies at the police station, and there was good loot just on the balconies outside.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, let's. Are you equipped? You ready to go? I've got money. I got $2 grand.
I'm ready.
All right, let's jump there. Right? Let's just jump right into it.
You don't forget your key. You got your key, right?
I got it. Oh, let me double check since. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I don't know. Yeah, the $100,000 thing was kind of annoying, but then again, I wasn't expecting to find something that cool. It's just like to see it and then exfil and then have it just like taken away. It was like, God damn it, man. But it might have been because we were technically dying.
No, wait, where did you find
that's why.
that?
You know what? You ever see the hidden caches that are around? They look like sewer caps. I don't know if you ever notice them. Once in a while,
they're kind of like around, usually outside.
Yeah. If you ever see one, look at it because there's usually something cool in there.
Those are like when you do those like radiation, like you kind of like you're kind of looking for those things. So I usually don't see those unless I'm like on that kind of mission. But I go if I happen across one.
Yeah, you'll just stumble across them once in a while.
Yeah, they're hard to look for.
And there was one. There's one right by the exfil. I just happened to see it. I'm like, oh, cool. I'll check this out. And I'm like, what's that? $100,000. I thought it was like a statue or something. But yeah. Then the fucking players had to fucking shoot us in the plane.
I think that's probably the only people who are playing this game like on the regular, or like they go in as like a full team. How many people can you have? 3, 4? 5?
I think 3, because if you want to just join like others, I did this by accident the other day. I accidentally joined a team and it was 3 people.
Okay.
So maybe max of 3.
Oh,
no,
are you
total of 3.
All right. Well, I mean,
maybe people can join like if you get them. If you like revive them and they plead for help, maybe you can expand your team that way. I don't know, but if you just go in,
I'm googling it right now.
When I was doing that, like pair up with a team, it was
max team size. No, you can have up to 6 players on a team.
Wow.
Yeah, the maximum squad size is 6.
Okay.
So there's probably people that have a team of 6 that just go in and just wreck shit.
Fucking tear it up.
Maybe they've already finished the missions. Maybe they don't give a shit about the missions, but they just go in and tear it up with a team. That's just why I try to recruit people to play Call of Duty so we can do shit like that. You know how fun it would be to have like you, me, 4 of the people who just go into DMZ and just wreck shit. Steal everyone's crap and then just expel.
I know. It's just everyone's so selective about their video games, and I'm the same way, and so are you. So it's like,
even you and I,
you have your thing, and like
for sure.
And unfortunately, my cousin Pat's a dickhead, so we don't want to bother with him.
I mean, is there any way to get him to play without any issues? Because, I mean, you can play Call of Duty without talking politics.
And we did, but I don't know. I just don't I know where he is politically, and it's basically in crazy town. And I know where you and I are politically, and it's like it's just walking a thin line.
Yeah, it's a little too sketch. A little too on that thin line.
And I'm just kind of right, and I'm kind of pissed off that I think he might have been the one to get my sister kind of into the whole conspiracy theory. I'm not sure, but
I mean, I get that.
They hang out way too much. What?
I get that. Why you would be upset by that for sure.
Yeah.
You got really quiet all of a sudden. I don't know if it's the game or.
Yeah, nothing changed. Maybe it's just loading.
Yeah, you sound pretty good now. I mean, if we do team up with them, it would be 2v1, as politically. And I will give him some left-wing suplexes, like off the top rope.
Some suplexes? What's that mean?
It's a wrestling move.
Oh.
Suplex. I forget what it is exactly. Or pile driver or body slam. Political body slam.
Welcome to Al Mazrah. Exploring, looting, and securing access to mission targets. Expect resistance from local forces and watch for other operators in the AO.
Alright, we are way.
Yeah, it's directly across the way.
Okay.
Yeah, we are. Maybe we could. Directly.
Wait. Where's the police station?
I'll mark it.
There's loot here.
Oh, okay. Do we have a ride? Let's see any.
There is a. What is this? There's a truck right here. It's not the best, but.
Where's that?
I marked it.
Oh, dude, it's actually real close. Yeah, okay, yeah, let's do it. Sorry.
We should also get plates, though. Is there a shop anywhere nearby?
Let's see. Actually, there's a shop over here.
Buy station marked.
Kind of near the warehouse.
All right, either way. Yeah, let's do that, I guess.
Actually, you know what? Let's hop in the truck, and we'll drive over to the shop.
There is another shop that's not exactly on the way, but it's not going backwards.
I mean, this isn't too. This isn't.
Yeah. All right.
I will just hit it, just in case we run into trouble.
All right. Okay.
Where are we there? Oh wait. I'm just gonna. Let's just get
guys.
I hear voices. Oh, that guy right here.
Shit.
Yeah, god damn it. We fell into the shit. God damn it.
I'm getting cover.
Alright, I get up. Shit.
Probably.
Fudge! Good. Alright, dude. Alright, I got it. Alright, I'm hurt. Alright, I'm down. I have a self-revive. Are you under fire?
I'm kind of hiding.
I'm self-reviving. I'm gonna play it up after everyone. There's a guy right to your left. Got him, nice.
I'm good.
Alright, I'm putting up. Disaster. Alright. Okay, this guy. Oh, yeah.
The helo we can use. Ultra One, activity has increased in the area. Keep your eyes open.
Nice. Okay. What was that?
Ultra One, actual. Enemy UAV is in the airspace.
Taking shots?
I'm hearing shots, but not taking any. Where's the shop? It's to my right.
Yeah.
Oh shit, there's a guy right behind me.
Okay. Oh fuck, I just fell.
Alright, I got him. Alright, maybe come by me.
Yeah, I'm trying. I fell. I was pretty close to you, but then, I got an enemy around me.
Be advised, an operator in your area needs medical.
Going up the stairs to you, hopefully. Looks like we're in a UAV radius. I don't know if we want to get out of this or not. Oop. Yeah, that's me. Oh shit.
Here comes a fucking truck.
Syntax.
Players.
Those are not players. These are bots.
No, I think that was a player.
Where?
I mean, well, judging on...
I'm murdering all these dudes over here.
Get back!
Oh, the truck's about to blow.
Guy had a ton of gear.
Shit. Put it up, gotta put it up. Yeah.
Ultra One, you've secured a tag. That enemy squad will be tracking you now. Stay
You did
tuned.
get enemy. Nice job.
Well,
The enemy, where's the enemy? Damn it.
okay, he was not a player. He was just a high-level some or other.
Well, I thought you got a dog tag. I think you can only get dog tags from players.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess he was, because he had a lot of loot. So I guess that
makes sense.
Oh God, fuck me.
I got a shop here. I'll put it up. Oh shit! Oh shit! What's the problem? What's going on? Oh my God! Okay, I got him here. He's down. Where are these? Rotation. I gotta find a good sniper spot. Shit! 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 Ooh, backpack. Ooh, this is an enemy backpack. What the hell?
Yeah, that's what I was. That's the guy I killed. You can go through it. There's.
I just took this guy out. Clean up. Jeez. Bro. Alright, how are you on plays? Did you get to pick any up? Ooh, throwing stars.
Yeah.
It's got some plates. Let's do those. Stow. Fuck. Fuck it.
Alright, going to the police station now, or what?
Yeah, let's jump on this ride. Is this damaged? Nah, it's not too bad. Alright. Alrighty. Police station is marked. I'm just gonna wing it, bro. I don't want to go through this. Whoops. Shit. Enter. Thank you.
Oh.
I'm trying to get
straight across beautiful El Mazra.
Let's go. We are eating gas. This truck sucks, bro.
Let's see if I can find us another ride.
We'll see.
No, not really.
It's okay. We'll
Nothing nearby. Maybe head up. I'm gonna mark a car that's kind of because we want to go around that cloud, whatever that question mark zone, which we're gonna run right into otherwise.
Okay.
So this will kind of go above that.
Sounds good.
Oh.
Don't worry about these guys. We're out of here. Hey, assholes.
Ooh.
Oh! Got one. Whee!
Alright. Stop. Let me get out.
Oh, we got enemies. Is there here?
Attack me!
Shit. Wait up.
Oh, fuck me. Fuck
Shit,
you.
you're right.
Alright. That came from... Somebody's got something big.
Oh, sorry.
Incoming.
Oh, God damn it.
Who's going? This guy is armored up. He's almost down. God damn it. Shit. Wait up. Almost dead.
Alright, he's done.
Oh, you got all 3 vests. That's nice. Okay. I'm on the... Oh, we got an enemy truck coming.
Alright. You want
We're going.
to start out? I'll run it.
Oh, yeah. Ground skis.
Ultra One, we're seeing increased activity in the area.
We
Stay
don't
sharp.
care. Time to die.
All Ultra, we're tracking a heavily armored target.
600 feet.
Case. Marking the location on your TAC map now.
500.
Advise you
Those
intercept,
are
but it's your call.
meters, soldier. We don't deal with the king's measurements here. Look at this maneuvers, bro.
Nice.
I'm taking effective fire.
Woo! Let's go! Oh, bitches. Oh, do you see a 360? I did that on purpose. I'm just kidding. Alright. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm coming. Sorry. Oh, looks like we got enemy over here. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay,
should we get out?
No, not yet. I'll know when we get out. We are there, bro.
Okay, let's get out. Let's get out.
I'm getting out. Cool.
Yeah. All right.
This is locked.
Are you going in?
It's locked.
Shit.
I'm pretty sure my key's probably for something inside the room. Let's see if we
can get on the roof if we can.
All right, there's a ladder here.
Oh Jesus! What do I have? I don't.
What's up?
Oh, I was just making sure I had another gun.
We got a portable cover here. DDoS. It's kind of fun. Take that. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna take. Are you on ammo?
300 on that gun and 300 on that gun. All right.
No, I got drops.
Dropping ammo here.
Wait. Push it. What was that?
Squad mate is
I just got shot him down.
What? Okay, where are you? Undercover? Shit.
Oh, he's right there. He's right in front of me.
Yeah. Oh.
Motherfucker.
He was on the roof.
Oh, he was right above us. What a dick.
Dude. Oh. I have a sniper.
Next time.
That was sneaky.
You son of a bitch.
Always annoying.
That's DMZ, baby. We got it. Honestly, dude. All right. I'm just gonna say it right now. The same kind of shit can happen to us in Warzone. We have omni movement in Warzone. We can move slick and smooth in Warzone. And we get a gulag if we get killed in Warzone. We should play Warzone. We can play DMZ as long as you want, but I'm going to preach the good word of Warzone each time.
Well, I'm still down for Warzone Wednesday. We'll see if the scales tip for me, over that way.
Because I think we can get a massive W. There's no real dub that you can exfil in DMZ, and that's like as close you can get to like a victory. We can take out an entire lobby of 150 people and come out on top, and people will be watching and we'll be victorious. And we can take that shit to the bank.
I'm not discounting that. I know that is definitely a goal.
Right, Wednesday
for now. We'll see how it goes.
All right. Well, good game either way. But shoot. Same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow, man. I'll be around.
All right. Cool. All right. Have a good night.
You too. Take it easy.
As the previous midterm cycle had seen such enormous backlash with the Democrats. He was able to survive that.
Was a private equity guy whose private equity firm killed Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Yes, and Newt Gingrich put out I think he bought time. I think he bought a 30-minute ad, I think it was, that basically went around to the companies that were destroyed and the factory workers who were destroyed by Bain Capital. And then, as soon as that election's over, Google right now, Newt Gingrich, I went too far. To the extent the Republican Party ever uses the
The veneer of populism.
Of populism.
Maybe say Romney. Add to the
Gingrich
list.
went too far on the put Romney. Gingrich went too far. Romney, Bain Capital.
Yeah.
And go to news. Search news. Oh wait. Go back. Let's go back a little bit. You just scroll down. Oh yeah, Newt explains why he was so wrong. Oh wait, that wasn't it. It was he ended up going on an apology tour for attacking Romney as a vulture capitalist. In anybody who is like over the age of 30 should understand that when the Republican starts talking like they're populist, they are full of it.
Exactly. Here it is. I crossed the line, is what he said.
That was, yes, I crossed the line in Politico. And that was back in I shouldn't have done this.
Yes, Newt Gingrich signaled Wednesday that he believes his criticism of Mitt Romney's record at Bain Capital is a mistake, and that he's created an impression that he's echoing Democratic rhetoric.
He actually not only echoed Democratic rhetoric, he forced the Democrats to adopt that rhetoric because it was so effective. Yeah. Now, when what's-her-face from
Slotkin
goes out there,
we should pull this up,
and says, people are going to know what oligarchy is. Really? Did people know what vulture capitalism was?
Right.
Yeah.
Mitt Romney went down in flames when Barack Obama had passed the Affordable Care Act, which was so
Pull me in, coach.
So toxic for Democrats that Republicans ran on that thing for like the next 8 years.
Yeah.
They still are attacking it. And so the idea that Republicans are in any way populist is a joke. And the idea that B, an anti-oligarchic, would you rather vulture capitalist, whatever it is, attacks aren't helpful to Democrats. It's just absurd.
See, this. I hadn't even seen this full quote here. She said Democrats should stop using the term oligarchy, a phrase she says doesn't resonate beyond coastal institutions and just says that the party opposes kings. And to be the way that some of these Democrats speak about the rest of the country is just frankly offensive. Rahm Emanuel is like this too, when he's talking about how, we should be talking about kitchen table issues and basically saying we need to throw trans people under the bus and not defining what kitchen table issues are. As if people don't have the ability to grasp what's important to their life in politics and what isn't. And we know from exit polling that trans issues were not a determining factor in this election whatsoever. The economy was, and Trump was the one guy going out there and saying like, okay, yeah, the economy's not working for people. And his big tariff plan is immediately blowing up in his face and people are already seeing how full of crap he was. But can we pull up the data for progress graphic? She's just wrong on this. She's wrong in her cynical assessment of the American people, and she's the one acting elitist because she's underestimating people's collective understanding of their own material circumstances and of this term. Here it is, data for progress. What do you know? A majority of voters can correctly identify the definition of oligarchy. There you have it. And a majority of independent and third-party people, that's the best cohort. Want to talk about how you win independent voters and you win elections? Right there. It shows you right there that's even more class consciousness about oligarchy from non-Democrats or Republicans, people who are less politically engaged because they fundamentally don't like either party because they think they're captured by the oligarchs. You know what's a good way to get around that and for Democrats to have electoral success? Harness that energy. And Slotkin, representing her donors, is and wealthy interests, and that faction in the party is trying to undercut the most salient political messaging opportunity that the Democrats have had in years.
Language is a tool. When Trump called DeSantis DeSanctimonious, everyone's like, people don't know what that means, but people like being given a new tool for a job that they want to complete. The problem is Slotkin doesn't want them to do that job.
Well, here's the thing. If you want to replace oligarchy, you wouldn't talk about, say, king.
Yes.
The reason why she says king, and this is important, if you dig down, if you sat down with a historian and talked about a king, they could say, well, actually, the king, it was an oligarchy. Like, it was a very much of an oligarchic system. It was feudal, but you had the dukes, and the king was the richest person of everybody because he was the king. But in the popular imagination, king denotes someone who is trying to exert political power as if they something different. That is that moneyed interests control our government.
Yeah.
That our democracy is under siege, not because power is consolidated in one individual, but it is consolidated within a class of individuals. And this is what she doesn't want to do. She does not want to address the issue of money in our politics. And the way that you avoid that is by almost like it's the equivalent of secularizing a religious question. She wants to take this out of the realm of material and materialism and economic power and the political economy, and she wants to keep it only in that process and democracy frame. Now, we know the democracy frame in and of itself, as real of a threat as Trump is to democracy, has not succeeded in animating people in voting against Trump. I mean, aside from a policy standpoint, it failed. It failed. He attempted a coup 4 years ago, and 4 years later, he loses the presidency. And it's not like nobody was talking about it. He just
Still confirmed.
People. So you cannot say we shouldn't refer to an oligarchy. We should refer to him as a king, and also we should talk about kitchen table issues. Those two things are at odds with each other.
Exactly right.
Because the reason why people are sitting at a kitchen table and saying, you can't pay these healthcare bills, or my job's not.
It's given up the lead.
How are we going to take care of mom, or how are we going to take care of dad, or how are we going to take care of our sick children? The reason those conversations happen at the kitchen table is not because of a king, because a king can be benevolent. It is because of an oligarchy, and if you want to call it the rich or the rich elite, or wealth disparity, or money in politics. But it is because our politics are dominated by money, period.
Yeah, and the other effect of talking about him as a king is also it's a retread of the exceptionalizing of Donald Trump, also from the Republican Party and from the Republican Project. It's another version of this, which basically shows that it's acting like he's outside of the Republican Party. It's acting like he is acting alone. That's what a king would imply. He's ruling as a monarch, as opposed to a part of a structure that is oppressing people. And if you want to beat the Republicans, you have to tie Donald Trump to that structure. So what are the Republicans if he's a king?
100%. 100%.
I mean, and that is, it is just so frustrating on so many different levels, which is that she is doing both a disservice to the Democrats and harnessing this message for electoral gains, but also doing a disservice in terms of killing the Republican brand, because the Democrats' brand is in the shitter right now. It has the lowest approval rating since in 30, 40 years. And so how do you do that? You harness this particular energy, and she's trying to undercut that. And she's not alone, obviously, but I do think it's interesting that Rahm Emanuel is going out there and doing all this media with Dick Durbin retiring.
Fuck Rahm Emanuel. Message from everyone from Chicago. Fuck you, asshole. Eat a dick.
Yes, but
Zionist cunt bag.
looking it up if you had to guess. Which, whenever you hear something you don't know what it is, you instinctively guess. Which of the following best describes what you believe an oligarchy is? And again, these numbers represent a government where power is concentrated in the hands of a small, wealthy elite. That works.
Republicans are the only people who can't get above 50%.
That tracks.
You don't replace that word with kings unless you specifically want to avoid addressing the political economy of our country. And you want to keep it strictly into almost a bloodless argument about democracy.
And we had Abdul Al-Sayed on the show yesterday, who's running for Senate in Michigan. He's obviously my preferred candidate. Bernie endorsed him immediately. There's also Mallory McMorrow, who is the state senator who's running in that race. But the most important thing is to defeat Haley Stevens is her last name? Haley Stevens? The Zionist, or whatever, the one that's taking enormous amounts of AIPAC money and going over the top.
Promising a blank check.
Yeah, going over the top and saying no conditions on aid to Israel, unlimited, like going over the top on that front. And Michigan, with like now that it's become a more blue state and there's been hard work going into that, they do not deserve to have two senators who are this centrist and this conservative as Democrats. So just be mindful of that, because if it's not Abdul Al-Sayed, I like Mallory McMorrow would be better. So just keep that in mind, because that would be just a total disservice, honestly, if that's what happens.
It would be a shame. I mean, everyone from us to PodSave is on the Syed
nice.
Abdul Al-Sayed thing. Yeah.
Also, one last clip on that whole Donald Trump as a populist thing. This is just a reminder. If you are, for a moment, believe that Donald Trump is a populist, now maybe something has dramatically changed since he cut taxes for wealthy people last time, and his only legislative edict this time around is one big, beautiful bill that cuts Medicaid, I should say, and cuts taxes. Maybe something dramatically has changed in the last, 5 minutes. But I will remind you that the first thing he did when he won in 2016 was he ditched the press and he went straight down to a restaurant in New York City. I don't know if it's still there. I didn't even know about it at the time, called the 21 Club. And it was like one of the most high-end restaurants in the country. Now, this video is going to be pretty low res because we got it from some... the only place I could find it, honestly, searching for it, was on this show called The Majority Report. It was some geek wearing a sweater vest. Yeah, this is rough.
I mean, were you trying to consciously dress like Rick Santorum during this time period?
I had the sweater vest before he did. I just want to say that.
That's a good thing. Anyway.
Yeah. Rick Santorum stealing from me.
I would get too warm in the studio, and but there was an in between.
Understood.
It was a little bit cold coming to the office. Anyways, this is what Donald Trump. He went to the 21 Club, and listen to literally his first thing when he gets elected. Don't worry.
It's the public.
Yeah, there's the public. He's out meeting and greeting the public.
No heads up for the media, sir.
He snuck in. He didn't even apparently he didn't tell the media. He just went there and you know who was probably sitting in there? It was probably Howard Lutnick.
Probably.
Having a Chateaubriand, whatever the fancy piece of steak is.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't know either.
A what?
Oh, it's permanently closed, the 21 Club.
It did?
Looks like it.
That's such a shame. New York City. That's why I go down to Mar-a-Lago.
That might be out of date. I'm not sure. They haven't updated.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.
Team deathmatch. Neutralize all threats.
Passing flash! Sweet dreams!
Like, how can these lawyers feel like they did their jobs well when they're literally...
Eyes on enemy!
Just lies at every opportunity.
Islamic military group. They're known for their cruel measures, forcibly recruiting child soldiers, shelling spots, making that lines up with leftist values. Now, just how little Yemen. 1,181 violations committed by Houthi, including torture and murder. So, not great. The Houthis have a very wholesome flag, as you can see here. It says, translated, and that's
Hostile
we want to
stun inbound!
What you meant to say is Hezbollah is Muslim. Do not factor into what they are doing. Of course, it is anti-Semitic, but focus propaganda. Like for a Palestinian
religion in the
Taiwan as well. Government going into the forest and killing, unfortunately not all of them, slavers and defenders of slavery.
Literally says they brought back slavery, and I guess he cites the risks. And it's just like, slavery is illegal.
Sighted buster!
Newspaper outlet
Using stun!
existed.
Go time!
Reports and insisted they were entirely unfounded, but when a Yemeni judge proved you have to be, they're like, nah, slaves don't exist.
Target confirmed.
To train another person. All of these campaigners and using cameras to make political figures of slavery. Okay, so this is in June. Local take leadership being drawn largely from the Houthi tribe. This group has been a central player. So when did they actually like gain power in like political power? The Houthis emerged as an opposition movement to Yemen President Ali Abdullah Saleh, whom they accuse of corruption and being backed by Saudi Arabia and the United States. In 2003, influenced by the Lebanese Shia political and military organization Hezbollah, the Houthis adopted their official slogan against the United States, Israel, and Jews. Al-Houthi resisted Saleh's order for his arrest and was afterwards killed by the Yemeni military in Sana'a in 2004. In 2004, sparking the Houthi insurgency. Since then, the movement has been mostly led by his brother Abdul Malik al-Houthi. The organization took part in the Yemeni Revolution of 2011 by participating in street protests and coordinating with other Yemeni opposition groups. They joined Yemen's National Dialogue Conference but later rejected the 2011 reconciliation deal. In late 2014, the Houthis repaired their relationship with Saleh, and with his help, they took control of the capital city. The takeover prompted a Saudi-led military intervention, so they took control in 2014 to restore the internationally recognized government, leading to an ongoing civil war, which included missile and drone attacks against Saudi Arabia and its ally UAE. Following the outbreak of the Gaza war, the Houthis began to fire missiles at Israel and to attack ships off Yemen's coast in the Red Sea, which they say is in solidarity with the Palestinians aiming to facilitate entry of humanitarian aid into the Gaza Strip. So yeah, objectively, like, this took place before the Houthis had power. Yes, that's before the Houthis were in power. They took over in 2014. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I can do more research into this, and I don't think the Houthis are really gonna, like, buck convention like this, but it is funny that Ethan Klein includes a documentary that is pretty explicitly about the enemies of the Houthis, like the government they rebelled against and Saudi Arabia, saying that the Houthis brought back slavery in Yemen. So once again, this is like a pretty overt lie that Ethan Klein used. Houthis, okay, and then what's this article? Houthis restore slavery in Yemen? Let's just look that up. Exclusive. Houthis restore slavery in Yemen. Bashar al-Assad. This is the other source Ethan used. Modern slavery is prevalent in Yemeni regions under the control of the Iran-backed Houthi militias, including the capital Sana'a. Sources close to the group. The several civilians have been forced into slavery by prominent Houthi leaders. More than 1,800 Yemenis work as servants and slaves as the residences and workplaces of high-ranking Houthi officials. These including militia's leader Abdul Malik al-Houthi, his brother Abdul Khalik, and the relatives Muhammad Ali al-Houthi. Okay, so a lot of people. The Houthis are working tirelessly to restore slavery in Yemen, nearly 70 years after the adoption of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Okay, several local reports have confirmed that slavery witnessed a rise in Yemen during the past 4 years when the Houthis staged their coup against the legitimate government. So it was in rise while the legitimate government was still in place. Crimes linked to modern slavery vary from actual slavery. Yemeni activists revealed that since the coup, the Houthis sought to segregate Yemeni society into rulers and subjects and masters and slaves. They told Bashar al-Assad that the Houthis are attempting to cement these ideas in society by having the Houthi family seize all aspects of the state and its institutions. We do not doubt the segregation because it is the literal implementation of racist ideology that is based on modern slavery and the divine right to control, rule, money in the affairs of the people, they said. A member of the lawyers syndicate in Yemen told Bashar al-Assad that some Houthi elders and social figures still enslave the poor, bind their freedoms, and force them to work without pay. They are also forced to the battlefield to fight for the Houthis. The Houthi discrimination against the people is based on color, race, and ancestry, he said, on condition of anonymity. Masters, who call themselves Hashemites, are now at the top of Yemen's social class. They believe themselves to be of the purest ancestry and have given themselves the privilege of ruling the country and accumulating wealth. They're followed by tribes, workers, and farmers. This class is often looked down upon and discriminated against by the Houthis. Slavery is outlawed by Yemeni law, said the lawyer. Perpetrators can face no less than 10 years for buying, selling, or depriving a human of his free will. Since their coup, Houthis have sought to turn back the hands of time and take back Yemen to the era of the oppressive imamate and all forms of slavery.
Kill confirmed. You want to clear your name? This is where it happens.
The world of hoplite group. Houthis have revived slavery in Yemen. Chattel slavery in slave trade to Yemen, function and conditions of slavery, female slaves, activism against slavery. Part of Yemen was controlled by the British Empire when the League of Nations were founded.
Eyes on field upgrade.
Categories be threatened either physically.
Enemy sentry turret detected in your AO. Enemy UAV inbound.
Trafficking, but instead still endure.
Enemy care package above.
Check your fire!
Focus of this obviously slavery is bad and the slave trade.
Take your head out your ass and your finger off the all that!
TACOM established watchdog helo overhead. UAV established overhead.
Oh, I almost forgot the most fun one. They brought back slavery.
Sites from Al Jazeera saying the Houthis brought back slavery is saying it existed before the Houthis. He's lying there. He's blatantly slavery. He's blatantly lying about Hezbollah killing killed over 500,000 civilians. So yeah, like multiple ways that Ethan's lying.
I mean, can we? All right, I'm almost like I'm kind of at maybe at the end of the road with the Ethan Klein situation, because like he is an unapologetic capitalist. I mean, this is outside the whole Zionist, liberal Zionist, whatever that insanity. But he is, and I don't think he would deny that. You know, he's an unapologetic capitalist, and he thinks that like getting rich is cool, just fine. Let him be right wing. Let him go. Hassan, everyone, just, he's a Tim Pool now.
UAV established above.
He's hopeless. He's a Ben Shapiro. He's alt-right. He is, let him go. Because he'll be so nice and cozy over on that side, and he will never, ever get pushback for being proud, unapologetic capitalist that he claims to be.
Eyes on enemy.
So fuck him. I'm almost done.
Get kinetic.
Ranting about them for none of these are misinformation.
TACOM requesting napalm strike on my mark. Sit rep, LDPR incoming. Hang on, let me call Langley. Give him the good news.
Textbook execution, people. That's how Black Ops does it.
As to the Houthis who do not claim Ethan lied or spread. Leader who are not Israeli hostage. That's holy shit, dude. Whoever is maliciously lying. He did not say the Houthis. Ethan falsely asserted that the Houthis engage in slavery. Ethan very specifically made the assertion that Houthis brought slavery back to Yemen. And now the lawyer is saying he never said that. He's just said that Houthis engage in slavery. Insane. So Houthis restored slavery to Yemen. Ethan makes a claim that Houthis brought back slavery. Ethan makes a claim that Houthis brought back slavery in Yemen. That's the content nuke at... Well, I guess I'll just write this down before I lose this timestamp. Ethan makes the claim as Hezbollah and Assad killed 500,000 civilians, and Hezbollah killed hundreds of thousands of civilians and carried out in Syria. And that is at 5609. And then for the Houthi thing, they brought back slavery. Where was this again? He's talking about Rashid al-Haddad.
Domination. Let them have it, Black Ops.
I don't have an issue with them, let's just say. But they are a terrorist organization.
We're getting captured.
They're
going hot.
Designated by
Take a Bravo on play. We've locked down A. We've taken control.
I mean, dude, they did their jobs well.
Take a seat.
Try to make it seem like he didn't say
Losing
that
feet.
he said, and then they're like, oh, well, you said that. Ethan says that the Houthis...
Location secure. Maintain current posture.
They engage in slavery.
Losing
So
A.
you're wrong.
We lost B.
Just rewriting reality in front of our faces. The groups are in response. response to. Well, yeah, system of government. They didn't really abolish the
All day.
leaps and bounds with civil rights, but simply saying
You're in zone A. You're in all zones. Come on, you're losing this fight. Zone A secure. Secure at C. We're losing Alpha.
that refuted the assertion.
Zone Charlie locked down.
Teach the credibility of the sources relied upon by Ethan. For example, you would
We lost Alpha.
exclusive Houthis restricts slavery in Yemen.
Attack off. Launch a UAV.
Swat English version. There are reports that refers to receiving information from.
Secure in B.
Okay, so
They're taking C.
Are you going to talk about the Al Jazeera World documentary? Okay, so what is this? The United States State Department cited the reports on human rights practices in Yemen.
Lock it down, Bravo. Take it, Alpha.
In 2019, the prominent Houthis held more than 1,800 citizens as slaves and servants. Well, you may.
Alpha secure. B secured.
Insane shit in terms of this letter, in terms of like the titles that they have, in terms of misrepresenting what their client. So they're like,
Bravo lost.
Consider the State Department trust. It is, maybe instead of saying while you
lock it down, Charlie.
Unlikely a judge or jury.
Take it B.
Implies assertions. Let's continue. Further,
Losing A.
You did not watch the Al Jazeera World documentary Slavery in Yemen.
Zone C secure.
Overall culture.
We're losing Alpha. Taking Bravo underway. All objectives locked down. Hold those SOBs back. We're losing Charlie. Losing Bravo.
Move, move, move!
We're pulling ahead.
First, 2014.
They're taking C.
This documentary didn't take place before the Houthis took over Yemen.
We lost B.
10 days before
We lost C.
Initiating objective control.
Bravo zone secure.
Focus on Yemen's overall culture.
Secure in Charlie. Losing B.
Yo, check your fire! Taking the objective. Watch my six. Front!
All objectives locked down. Dig in and hold. Attack off. Get a UAV in the air.
UAV established domain.
Losing Bravo. Bravo lost.
It was issued before the Houthi takeover of Yemen.
UAV MPL 50%. Check.
As early as
Losing A.
11.
Damn, that feels good.
They would control the city.
Lost A.
The Al Jazeera documentary.
Assaulting through.
Priority for human rights. UAV exiting A1.
Bravo is ours.
Before the
Secure an Alpha.
It's misleading. It's misleading to claim that the documentary Yemen, because 10 days after the your blithe factual assertion.
Okay,
mate.
After you watch the nuke, along with failing to disclose or misrepresenting
All locations secured. Hold your position.
demonstrates
We're losing Charlie. We're losing Alpha.
saying that Ethan has spread
Frag out.
doesn't amount to defamation. That just amounts to like
They're taking C.
no
We lost Charlie.
and it has some
Losing B.
He has cited multiple times where Ethan was spreading misinformation.
Losing Bravo.
Really shocked.
Taking C. We lost B.
Weaver requesting UAV tasking.
What the
Charlie secured.
has no standing whatsoever.
I'm on
Lock it down, Bravo. We're losing Charlie.
Effective shot.
Taking B. Secure. Maintain current posture. Lost C. Lock it down, Charlie. Losing A.
So conservatives have been acting very weird about birth rate.
Losing B. We lost Alpha.
Just to help more American mums have children. Donald Trump.
Securing C. Securing Alpha.
It seems very
Get kinetic.
Losing Bravo.
Capture underway.
Zone Alpha capture. Bravo locked.
Not even close to enough. You'd have to give me $1 million to have a kid. Period.
Getting captured.
Taking Bravo underway.
UAV standing by.
Smoked.
Take it also.
What?
Is a wage slave. And what happens?
TACOM, get a UAV in the air.
UAV commencing surveillance operation.
Completely extract as much.
All objectives locked down. Hold those SOBs back. Losing B.
Whatever happens to you afterwards, who gives a shit? That's why they're attacking Social Security.
UAV fuel check 50%.
We lost B.
About things like birth.
Pull your head out of your office. Check your fucking target.
Like Elon Musk.
TACOM, we're flying on fuel. UAV returning to tank.
Children as possible just from
Finish lines in sight. Don't let up.
And then we have a
They're taking C.
where yes, a lot of racists want a lot of white people to have more children because they're race.
There's a spy in our ranks. Watch your six.
Point of all of this
We lost Charlie. We're losing Alpha.
But do not be fooled at all. Have more kids is because they can
Lock it down, Bravo.
Anyway, and also all the centrist pundits pretending like it's the right wing who care about children.
Bravo is ours.
Children are just
TACOM, get a UAV in the air.
God damn, I want to taste of victory.
Hey, Woods.
Hotel
Take
Sierra.
that victory lap now.
So you can actually choose to have a child. And also on that point, so many people feel like they can't have kids, even though they want to because they can't afford it. So a Guardian article said, there is evidence families should have zero. At the same time, a Pew poll that same year found that 47% of American adults under 50 say they are unlikely to ever have children. Of those, nearly 60% say they just don't want kids. Nearly 40% said they couldn't afford kids. The state of the world had convinced them not to. So the left-wing answer to that would be to have children and improve the state of the world so people don't feel so hopeless about raising a child in that. The conservative answer is $5,000 and I'm going to make the world hell and I'm going to make society worse. So I would say it's the left that have pro-family and pro-child policies. But I want to talk about all of this today in relation to psychos like Elon Musk as well and their views on having children and just fundamentally how the conservative movement want you to have more kids because they want more wage slaves to perpetuate a capitalist system and actually perpetuate a system where capitalism might be ending for techno-feudalism. And of course, if you want techno-feudalism to thrive in places like Mars, to people like Elon Musk, you need more people, you need more slaves. Sounds like the plot of Blade Runner, because it pretty much is. So all of that coming up for you today. I just want to shout out quickly, my girlfriend Holly is running a half marathon and she is raising money for medical aid for Palestinians, and she would appreciate anyone giving anything they can. There's a goal of £500 at the moment. I've shouted this out already. So if you want to help, please consider donating anything. And thanks so much to everyone for my fundraiser at the end of last year for medical aid for Palestinians. We raised about £13,000, which is amazing. So let's try again and help medical aid for Palestinians and give Holly our support. So I feel like we need to talk about the racism thing that affects the rest of the video. So Matt Walsh is probably one of the most prominent fascists in the mainstream conservative movement. So he tweeted the other day a series of things that was interesting. He writes, the birth rate in 1850 was almost 300 births per 1,000 women of childbearing age. In 1950, it was 106. Today, it's 55. Half of what it was 75 years ago. 20% of what it was 175 years ago. We need to start taking this problem seriously before we march into our own extinction. Keep that in mind about who we is and who is going extinct, because it's not the human race. Yes, we are seeing declining birth rates in places like Japan or America or Western Europe. It's not an extinction problem for the rest of the world. The population just keeps increasing. So he's not talking about humanity there. Policies should drastically favor families with children. Married couples with kids under 18 should not have to pay any income tax, just for starters. Raise taxes on single mums and couples with no kids to make up the difference. So yeah, before conservatives tell you they are pro-child, here's one guy saying, raise taxes on single mums. What kind of insane logic even is that? But yeah, also saying, get rid of income tax for families. But then he follows it up by saying, Matt Walsh is worried about birth rates for white babies. He wants more white babied. What's wrong with wanting more white babies? Should I want there to be fewer? Is that what you want? Elaborate why you specifically want white babies, especially if fertility rates are in crisis. Do you really need me to elaborate on why I don't want my own race to go extinct? Is that actually confusing to you? So yeah, Matt Walsh is a fascist. We've had this debate like a million times. The way it's refreshing that there is no mask, like he is just an open white nationalist saying,
Hardpoint. Secure the objective. Hardpoint locked down.
No sweat, I got
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure.
And enforced by white supremacy to make us feel
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
black people were seen as the most
Hardpoint located. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint active. Hardpoint is secure.
Spring mine spotted.
Next call. Enemy watchdog Kilo inside.
Enemy watchdog Hilo overhead. Marshal requesting UAV test. Hostile grenade. Take your head out your ass and your finger off the trigger.
Hardpoint is in.
Ready flight time 50% on my mount. Mark.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is active. Hardpoint locked down.
Overflight terminated.
Hostiles have the hardpoint. hard point.
Move, move, move! Hostile shots!
Hard point located.
Tactical sight.
We got the lead. Now hold it.
Incoming grenade!
Hard point active.
Incoming
Hostiles
grenade!
have the hard point.
Target appears hostile.
This shit ain't working. We've lost the advantage.
Like Matt Walsh might be sincere, but
Fancy seeing you.
especially when, of course, Elon Musk is completely basically a centralized
Mine.
state that helps so many people and has problems with healthcare.
Payback stings like a mother, huh?
Of anti-vaxxers basically telling people not to.
Hard point identified.
If there's less wage slaves in America,
Target ID.
Hard point is active. Hard point locked.
Incoming Semtex.
RCXD deployed.
Hostiles have a field upgrade.
Hostiles
On hostile. Enemy impact grenade. Stun inbound.
Hard point is secure. Hard point located.
Archangel making noise. Fire an Archangel.
Hard point active. Hostiles have the hard point.
Hostile use tactical. Incoming grenade.
You gonna let a bunch of company assholes beat you? Fight back, damn it! Watchdog helo incoming on your location.
Tally watchdog helo.
Hard point identified.
Enemy watchdog helo over here.
Hostile attached to the hard point. Hard point is active.
Tally watchdog helo. Tally watchdog helo. RCX enemy watchdog helo over here. Watchdog helo.
Hostiles have the hard point. Hostile LDPR drop detected.
Hostile use tactical.
Hard point locked down. Hard point located. Hostiles attached to the hard point. Hard point active. Damn it, they must have hacked our comms. Go dark. We'll pick you up
Not how
later.
the plan was supposed to go.
would use Twitter to pay people like massively.
Hostile grenade.
smart people to have kids, so he encouraged me over the custody of their children. Now, billionaires are just freaks. You actually have to be a piece of shit to be a billionaire, not just because you're happy to trample all over other humans to get to this position of wealth and power. You actually just have to be sick in the head, and that's why you want all this power in the first place, and that's how you have that drive to accumulate all this power, because you're
just so we're clear,
who has views
we do this my
so
way.
outside the norm of society. You need this power to make it go mainstream. Before I talk about all that Elon Musk stuff, I just want to remind people Jeffrey Epstein wanted to do something similar. So Epstein reportedly hoped to develop super race of humans with his DNA. He hoped to do this by impregnating women at his ranch in New Mexico. Epstein told scientists and businessmen about his ambitions to use his New Mexico ranch as a base where women would be inseminated with his sperm and would give birth to his babies. His goal was to have 20 women at the time impregnated at his Zorro ranch in a tiny town outside Santa Fe. So how does that sound any different from what Elon Musk is doing? Apparently Elon Musk also uses things like IVF to have some of his children as well. So they're pretty much the same. Elon Musk is basically Jeffrey Epstein, and most billionaires are basically Jeffrey Epstein. And again, these people are just so insane. And in Elon Musk's case, in my opinion, he just loves sci-fi so much. Apparently that's how him and Grimes even got together, because they both shared this love of this sci-fi. And everything I read about him just seems to me, he's been watching too much Blade Runner. He's been reading too much Dune, where in Dune, like in Assassin's Creed, you have genetic memory, so you can actually access the personalities of the past. That's what the Bene Gesserit do, and that's what Paul can do as like a male Bene Gesserit. And there's some sort of genetic lineage you can access by carrying these people's genes forward. It's obviously not based on anything real, but you can imagine some nerds into sci-fi want that to be real. And also, like a lot of white supremacists, Elon Musk, Jeffrey Epstein, they believe in eugenics. So your children will inherently be just like you. They will carry your legacy. They will be oh so smart. Obviously, this is all bullshit, but if it was true, Elon Musk wouldn't be the one having these children, because he isn't smart. He's a fucking idiot. So I don't know how that would save humanity. But yeah, like, again, like I'm saying, Epstein or Musk, their ideas around this stuff are just so sick and twisted, and they can only get it into the mainstream by using their fame and power to basically con women into going along with this and paying them enough money to do this. And obviously it's also like a fetish thing that we're being subjected to hearing about. So people like Elon Musk, they also only care about the birth rates for certain things, right? Does Elon Musk care about the goodness of humanity? Does he care about everyone living a very, fulfilling life? Care about our needs and material conditions being met? No, he's proved that. If he was using his position in the Trump regime to get people universal healthcare, to get people like child tax credits, to get people loads of things that would improve our lives, maybe I could take him more seriously that he actually cares about humanity. He doesn't. Just like with Blade Runner, he has delusions of grandeur like the billionaires in those films, where they want to create a slave race of humans, the replicants in Blade Runner, to basically colonize the stars for the benefit of people like himself. Elon Musk just thinks about it on a grander scale, but fundamentally, Elon Musk, Trump, JD Vance, all these people, they just want a continuing line of wage slaves, and that's it. Elon Musk probably wants like literal slaves in his Mars colony, and like I talked about in the privatization of space video, what's going to happen if we allow people like Elon Musk to go to Mars and colonize it and stuff? It's going to be the East India Company 2.0. It's going to be Columbus 2.0. It's going to be someone who is not subject to the laws of the places they've come from, where they can just create a society based on their own whims. And what we saw with like the New World, of course, was literally the creation of white supremacist racism and that hierarchy that still infects our world today. That was created in the 14 and 1500s by Spanish and Portuguese colonialists to justify the new hierarchies in these places, right? And of course, what did? They treated the natives terribly, but they imported, obviously, black West African slaves to do most of the work for them and work them to death in these terrible, terrible conditions on these plantations or in these mines in the New World. And that is a good blueprint of what is going to happen with the colonization of space if we let private companies and these untouchable billionaires lead it. It's just going to create these new hierarchies, these new slave classes, these new serf classes in a place which is pretty much untouchable by international law or even American law. So it's pretty bleak, but yeah, fundamentally, all these conservatives want is more wage slaves. And some of them are racist and they want the continuation of the white race. Some of them are eugenicists and believe that they have to populate the earth with their seed, which sounds absolutely disgusting, because they believe that they're so smarter than the rest of us, and that's the way to ensure collective human intelligence and stuff like that. But underlying and uniting all of them is they want more wage slaves because they want capitalism or potentially techno-feudalism to exist and continue to thrive, with them all in an untouchable position. That is it for the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and if you made it this far, thank you for watching.
Yeah, I was gone for a second. I kicked over, accidentally kicked over my cat's cat litter and had to clean it up. And while I was doing that, I came up with a song in my head, which I'm going to sing right now. So it's recorded. Fuck me in the booty hole. 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 That's a song I came up with after I kicked over the cat litter and had to sweep it up, and it actually got in my shoe. I had to dump it out. It was horrible. It's crazy. It is horrible. God awful. Fuck me in the booty hole.
I know my hair is crazy. Stop commenting, it sucks. I love a good rebrand. I also love a bad, ill-advised, desperate, goofy-ass rebrand too. Companies update their image and identity all the time. They kind of have to in order to appeal to new customers as their old ones die off. As culture and priorities change, so do marketing and design trends that don't always work for every brand, which has led to some truly bizarre rebrand choices. Since the 90s, brands have been abandoning any kind of fun, unique logos and branding in favor of flat, simple word marks and primary. I know my hair is crazy. Stop commenting, it sucks. I love a good rebrand. I also love a bad, ill-advised, desperate, goofy-ass rebrand too. Companies update their image and identity all the time. They kind of have to in order to appeal to new customers as their old ones die off. As culture and priorities change, so do marketing and design.
We all die off. That's the beautiful part. That's the ultimate prediction. I'm looking into the future. We're all dead.
And primary color palettes, or just black. I miss the days of Frutiger Arrow Xbox menu screens and Blobjects and the insane Hunger Games inspired 5 Gum commercials. Since then, the pendulum of design trends has swung in the opposite direction of aggressive minimalism, I assume, because it's cheaper to just squash the depth out of the logo than it is to add drop shadows and reflections and bezels. At first, it signified that a brand or product was elevating their image and thus their product for a modern audience. But when every brand incorporates it as a design language, regardless of if it makes sense for that company or not, it feels empty.
I just feel like I need to stop this video for a second just to tell anyone and everyone who's watching that you should be doing drugs. Life is dog shit, do drugs. All the whole don't do drugs, say no to drugs. Assholes and liars, fuck those assholes. Do drugs, do them. Do as many as possible. Make as much as possible. And die. Because guess what? You're gonna die anyway. So you might as well have fun doing it.
And stale. We're now at a point where the two worlds have have collided in the most recent Jaguar rebrand. Minimal logos and word marks paired with cryptic advertising that smashes you over the head with a cacophony of color that's supposedly selling a retro future electric car.
Kind of into this.
But I do appreciate certain.
I'm not either.
I understand the appeal, but I also
On a car, never will again, ever. I have, but never will again. Mwah. Oh, big, stupid, expensive cars can eat a pile of dog shit. Fuck you, agitating your cars. Cars are fucked.
in Texas because of course it is. While I'm not ride or die for any particular car brand, I do understand subscribing to or
Kill confirmed.
company or brand. I personally have favorites in other categories. If I buy sneakers,
Yo, sweatshop shit.
Falling behind, Crimson.
I mean, we're talking
going out.
All kind of eviscerating the ad campaign. Seeing the positivity, unless it's like a P.T. Barnum thing where it's
a company with a long and very
Forget it. Forget it. Forget it. Forget about it. I'm out of here. It's late. I gotta work in the morning. I'm playing like shit. I've got this cool skin. Spikes on it. Wow, wow. Ow. Fuck off. Bye. Till tomorrow. Morning, maybe. Maybe see you in the morning. Good morning, gamers. You fucking losers. Just like me. Let's losers unite.